goes well, we are streaming live for the very first episode of Campfire Quests. I'm Jason Gillette. I'll be your DM. And as we get started with this, this will be our very first season, Season 1. It's titled Sound and Fury. Next, we get to meet our players. Up first, I'll let them introduce themselves.
So, I am Ozzy. I play the half-elf ranger named Valandril Marenko. He's 18 years old, he's chaotic good, and he's just a young boy thrusted out, learning of the world because his parents told him to get a job.
Did they really?
That's kind of...
They should have.
They should have. I'm Joanna Walker. I play Quinn Brickard, a half-elf female fighter. She's about 35. She's here to drink and have a good time.
I'm Jay Owens. I'm playing a male Goliath barbarian named Spanky because I don't care what you think.
Baby.
Spanky's a very rough life, and that's why he's named Spanky. Otherwise, he'd have an actual name. But for now, he's Spanky. That has no bearing on what he actually does, but his name is Spanky.
Are you sure?
Yet.
My name is Grant Thornton, and I'm playing Monolith, the male Earth Ganassi rogue. He's just a fun guy living in the streets. He likes to steal stuff and whatnot, having a good time.
I'm Parker Gillette, and I'm going to be playing Janatami Woodspin, the half-orc druid, who is also 18 and she's just doing her best.
That's all we can possibly
We're
do.
going on the together.
A character can't pronounce your name. Spanky not so good at it.
Her name's Gang.
Well, last we were together, there was some pre-episodes where we split this adventuring team in half, and they stumbled upon some different treasures. Each of them stumbled upon different treasures, and as the two groups fought the different monsters that were guarding those treasures, they either defeated them or they managed to chase them away and gain access to the treasure. Upon laying hands on the treasure, it turned out to be a portal that sucked anybody in the area up and dropped them in a dark, smelly prison cell. The assumption is it's a prison cell. The only thing they've determined so far is that it's dark, it smells of human waste, and they've located metal bars in front of them in the dark. So, players, here we are in a dark room. 3 of you know each other pretty well. Who are the 3 that came in together?
It was us three.
There's...
Us
Yeah.
three, yeah.
So the 3 of you had already done a lot of traveling together. If you want to give a little bit of background to how you ended up here, we'll let that come out in the conversation as you play the game. For the other 2 of you, you showed up from a different direction, ran into a very similar problem, and we'll let you explain what went down with that if it comes up in conversation. But you find yourself in a dark room with 5. There's 5 of you, but there are 2 people that were in neither of your parties in there with you, and it's dark. And what do you do?
I feel the need to say real fast that I'm in nothing but underwear right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't get your clothes back.
Right.
Because I
never
was
put
the
it back
only
on.
one that took my clothes back for some reason.
So I'm just this slender half-elf in nothing but maybe just a loincloth. And I'm really confused as to what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys just get to see my glory. So kind of looks around.
Yo, I am so prepared. I have all my clothes and a lizard on my hand.
Are we still going to eat that lizard later?
Oh,
Because
hell
I
yeah.
am starving.
Oh, hell yeah.
At this point, I would eat absolutely anything.
I told you I was gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat this
And
lizard.
I'm prepared for
dead?
this.
Oh, it's dead. I shoved my
define
fist
dead.
down its throat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
but
are you?
also,
big is that
yeah,
lizard?
excuse,
Who
oh,
are
you know what? It
Size
is
of
an
a Komodo
absolute
dragon.
pleasure to meet both of you. I assume that you guys probably either were already here when we got here or ended up here in a very similar situation.
Don't mind my privates.
My name is Jana Tammy Woodspin. You can call me Jam for short, if you would please. And who might you be?
Hey, the name's Monolith, eh? I'm a rogue. I like to steal things, eh? I was running around the woods with my buddy over here, and well, we got sucked into a chest.
We
and
got
now I'm
sucked
here.
into a chest too. That is
Hey, that's
absolutely
crazy.
crazy.
It's a peculiar dialect you have there.
I'm from D&D, New Jersey.
I heard that place stinks.
It's awful.
When he says I like to steal things, I'm like checking my pockets, like rearranging my cloak.
Checking the lizard.
I'm so
Is the
nervous.
lizard still there?
Don't you go nowhere.
No, and he's over here like.
I'm
hunched
so
and shivering.
nervous right now
I
that
hold
I'm
the
looking
lizard
at
over
Quinn.
you.
I just take the lizard and I put it in front of me. Tail goes over my side, right?
Yeah.
And now I feel a little more confident
Yeah.
because there's a little bit more coverage. So it's just like, yeah, so, whew.
See,
Mom's never going to believe this. I'm Valandrell. You guys can just call me Val for short. Valin, like whatever works for you. I won't get mad if you mispronounce it, but please do your best.
Right.
This is a Komodo dragon,
Okay.
and it is covering me right now.
My hand where I pulled it out of the lizard is like covered in its guts and everything, and I'm like,
That's hot.
"What's up, guys? I'm Quinn," and I'm like offering my guts-covered hand to everyone.
I take it.
I would absolutely.
Spanky likes this kind of stuff.
It kind of squishes.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Spanky, what you doing? That's nasty.
yeah, well, you know, I feel outdone here, and our friend here is just living his best life. So Spanky, knowing that he does nothing else but being awkward, decides, well, he can't be the only guy. Just take off anything I got too.
Like, oh, good lord, I don't know if I like this guy. He's just taking off his clothes all the time.
Yeah.
Can I take a look around to see if I can spot anything strange or out of place? Like, why are we here? And
You
it's
spot
just
me
jail
doing
cell.
that?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Before I have you roll anything, I just want to get everybody to run down their dark vision with me. I think that you half elves have dark vision.
Yep.
Dark
about-
vision.
Dark vision for the half orc.
Nope.
You have
Have-
additional sense types, so I don't know what that means necessarily.
All right, so 3 of you are able to see a little bit better than the others. However, what really was happening in the darkness when you popped in was that you had been in this very bright field and suddenly you were in an incredibly dim room. The room itself wasn't completely dark, and you've now been there long enough for your eyes to adjust just a little bit. Those of you with dark vision, it looks like you're outside. You can see very clearly in the room. Those of you that have regular vision, it's like you're, it's a very dim room.
Strange.
So with that in mind, and with your dark vision, let's go ahead and roll for perception.
12.
Janet Hammy. Certainly excited to look around at all the new friends. And as you're glancing around, you probably take in more about the people around you than you do the room. But the parts of the room that you notice, it appears to be you're in a rock-hewn room, as if somebody carved it out of a mountain, except for the wall in front of you, which is strictly iron bars. They're about an inch thick, and they're about 3 or 4 inches apart from one another. That's about all you see.
Now that is real interesting.
Can I look and see if there's like a lock or something on the door, like on the bars?
Yes,
Can I see if
that'd be an
there's a-
investigation. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll for investigation.
Okay.
Roll for lock searching.
My investigation.
Wait. 19.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, that's really good. You can tell without a shadow of a doubt that you don't see a lock. You just see bars.
Oh, wait, that
Do
RNG.
any of them look rusty or maybe weak in some place?
With that 19 roll, I can tell you that they all look exactly the same, but you do notice one thing. You notice that at side of each of the bars, there seems to be a scrape that goes all the way down the sides of the bars.
Interesting.
I know.
It's as if the metal, which would be rusty all the way around, is rusty most of the way around, but has exposed shiny metal on parts of it. As if it had
Okay.
been scraped.
Okay, so it does this instead of this. Got it.
That's what
All
I was
right.
Well, I know that a lot of us are pretty strengthy. I can tell that a couple of you have some mighty muscles, similar to I. I would love some assistance in possibly either pulling the bars apart or lifting it up. Maybe we can try and get out of here real quick, because I do not fancy being in this jail cell one bit.
While she makes a really good suggestion, Valandril just runs up to the bar and starts shouting, "Somebody get us out!"
I grab the lizard off his shoulder and just kind of smack him in the back of the head with it.
Spanky walks up to the bar, grabs him, and goes, "Yep, that's a bar, right?"
All right. You gonna lift them or?
No.
Oh,
I just wanted to verify that because it's better to have more eyes on that one.
that's true. That's
Alright,
true.
all right.
I kind of like nudge Spanky a little bit. I'm like, I point to the bar, and I grab the one next to it, and like make a lifting motion.
All right, yeah. So I go ahead and do the same. Like, you know what? Why not? I'll be helpful.
You make a lifting motion as if to indicate, hey, let's lift this.
Hey, let's lift this. Yeah, Jem, you want to get in on this?
Yeah, I'm down, and then I'll
Alright.
go over and start helping too, lifting.
So you place your hands on the bars,
Yep.
Yes.
and you use your strength to lift.
Yes.
I'm not going to have you roll a strength check.
Okay.
I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving.
Oh no!
Oh, crap.
You guys are setting
While
off
they do
traps or
that, I'm
something.
just gonna be scratching the back of my head, feeling emasculated.
I'm sitting in the back
Sure, we
like
can roll
flipping a coin or something. I don't have a coin, but if I had a coin, I'd be flipping it.
A dex check, you said?
Yes, please.
21.
20.
Natural
for
or
me?
dirty?
How much you get?
Huh?
Natural or dirty?
Oh, dirty.
Okay.
13.
One of you's
This
getting.
is not bad. It's not
Listen.
bad. You're over half.
Spanky's just a naked man trying to get by.
Spanky takes 2 points of damage. There's a shock. He's such a strong individual. He's got his hands wrapped firmly around those bars, and he's lifting as hard as he can. And somehow the other two people that were helping sensed something about the bars and jumped back at the last minute, leaving Spanky holding the bars by himself. He received the bulk of what seems to be some sort of a shock that travels through metal. It seems a lightning kind of a thing. No, it's nothing you recognize, but it's something Spanky feels.
I mean,
Okay.
is it possible for me to, whilst that is occurring, I take this damage and I at the same time touch the lizard, acting like as a human defibrillator? This lizard might have information for us. I wasn't there to interrogate it.
Roll a nature check.
I'm so down for this.
Does he take more damage from that, or is it just like he's good now? He felt it, now he's like.
You know, I mean, 8's a good number in some circles.
It is. It is. Like when you roll a d8.
You know, I mean, just like that, actually. Now that you mentioned it.
Well, I'm going to say that in this case, there were no side effects that hurt you. You were just ineffective. The lizard remains dead.
Did I at least cook it?
Did he?
Roll a performance check.
How well did you cook this?
Come on, if I roll
You
anything.
roll a 20, I'm gonna cry.
Come on! You know, back to this whole 8 conversation.
Yes. As far as you can tell, you cooked possibly one of the most delicious lizards that's ever been cooked. You rolled a 1?
8?
Oh, an 8. I'm sorry. I thought you said a 1.
Oh, thank God.
So you are well aware that you did not cook it, and you probably won't put it in your mouth.
Don't tell Spanky what to do.
Yeah, I'm certainly
He's
not.
got a point.
We have to retcon some happiness for me.
So obviously,
Behind you, you hear a voice, and it's one of the people that's seated. You guys all seem to be standing and moving about the cell, probably because you just showed up. The two people that are in there with you that hadn't introduced themselves or been part of your conversation, they're just leaning against the back, and one of them says, could have warned you about that.
And why didn't you, huh?
I guess it's because I talk slow.
Didn't
That's a
even
good
see over
excuse.
there.
Spanky.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Jana Tammy Woodspin. You can call me Jan for short if you'd like, and you are.
Sorry for my nakedness.
I'm not sorry for
I
mine.
take the lizard and whack him back over the head with it.
I'm Elim.
Elam.
Elim.
I like this guy.
What does Elam look like?
Have you been shopping?
Elim looks like he's a half elf, and
Another
you,
one?
yeah, I know there seems to be a
Yo.
glut of half elves, and this particular half elf, he looks especially haggard, as if this environment is the last place he should be.
Aw. I go over and shake his hand. Hi, I'm Quinn.
You still have guts on your hand?
Hey,
Oh, no, he took the guts.
I would like to attempt to talk to him in Elvish to see if the common tongue between us will help extract some information.
You want to borrow my clothes I'm not using?
Eventually.
Wow.
Okay.
You have to speak actual Elvish, otherwise it doesn't count.
I'm a little rusty these days.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
haven't
I
taken
took
my
3 years in high school.
There you
Elvish
go.
dialect.
Yep.
Spanky wants to hear it.
So do you know exactly where we are, what we're doing here? How'd you guys even get here?
Sounds English AF.
There's brackets around it, so it's
you gotta
different
make,
language.
make the brackets and
I
like
need
put them
air
on the side.
quotes.
There you go. Yeah.
it's in italics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Elam.
He answers in in Elvish, and it is sounds about the same. It's kind of slow. My friend and I have been here. It's been about 4 days, and they let us out sometimes, and I prefer it here. I don't like to go out there.
And where's there?
The place.
What's
where-
it look like?
I smack him with the lizard
Oh.
again, and I'm like,
And
kind of move him aside a little bit and speak to this person in Elvish.
I did not understand what is going on one bit. What is this jibber jabber?
I
that
turn
y'all
to
speaking?
her and speak Orcish, and I'm like, just give me a minute.
Oh, okay, I get it. I
Thanks.
understand.
I don't speak Italian. What's going on here?
Spanky just feeling the breeze and being
I
confused.
come back and I'm like, thank you
Should've
for
studied another language.
your information so far. I'm talking to him in Elvish. Thank you for your information so far. I have a massive hangover. What is important about this place, and why are we here?
And what's outside look like?
It's bright.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
So it is outside. Do they keep chains on you when you go out there, or do they just turn you loose and hope you don't get eaten?
We're in a. They call it a reformatory. It's a prison. It's a prison for people that broke the rules.
What did you do?
I grabbed treasure.
Us too.
There was treasure, and it was on the ground,
Not
and
us.
apparently there was a
Not
fence, and I walked over the fence, and I wasn't supposed to, and I didn't see signs. I just saw treasure, and then I was here, and I'm not looking forward to when they come back, because then it's back to work, and I'm tired.
So they work.
How many
You send
times
us-
have
they send
hit
you out
in
to
the
work.
head?
There's a lot of work.
Okay.
I
Where?
got
Doing what?
using tools, acting like dwarves,
Takes
chopping
the dragon, starts beating
and
himself over the face with it.
hitting. I feel you, friend. It's hard work, and I would rather just stay here and be lonely than out there and hurt.
How many guards come to get you?
Yes.
2?
Okay. 2 is a manageable number.
Oh,
This is where he
Oh.
says 100.
they're just different.
They're different. Different how?
The dragons.
No, they look like. They don't look like any of you. They look like my paw. They look like they look like humans, and they know magic.
Oh crap.
And
Oh, crap.
and in here, I mean, I knew some magic. I used to be able to get by with my voice, I'm a singer,
You sing country, don't you?
but I can't.
Whack.
I can't use my magic here. They've done something that makes it so I'm powerless. I've just got my hands and my good looks.
I see.
What's his
Oh.
charisma? How good looking is he?
I don't know if that's be kind of meta. I don't know if I can- Yeah, what do you think his charisma is currently?
Well,
Stop
if he
being
had, with his voice, I don't know.
15.
3.
You roll for like Christmas.
Oh, you know what? I think it'd be perfectly fair for you to roll a perception check because you're trying to
perception to
you're
see
trying to
how-
perceive how
Yes.
charismatic he is.
I want to know how charismatic he is. 10.
Valandril's
rolling
head's
range
just in
plus.
his hands right
That's
now.
metal.
Probably covering guns too.
He
I
seems
mean, smacking you with that lizard a lot.
I'm just so tired and hungry. It doesn't matter anymore.
he seems not charismatic enough to be a good singer.
Right?
You're not sure. With a 10, you're like right on that cusp of not being sure if it's him lacking the charisma or him being in a place that's robbed him of the charisma.
Right, that could be it.
So you're not sure, but you've narrowed it down.
Okay.
It's almost be like 20 minutes.
Hey, can I interject? I don't understand anything you're saying, but who's the other guy?
My friend.
Yeah, your friend. Who is
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
that? Oh dear God.
His name is Shay.
Shay.
It's
okay.
Shay Wool.
Shay Wool.
Wool, like what you get off of a sheep.
All right, I
Wow.
figured.
A whole
good.
sheep. What's he do? Did he come when you came?
Well, we met up, and we were traveling together. He's a human like the guards, and Shay. He sleeps when they don't make him work. He has a hard time. He used to be what do you call the people that sneak and go and get information from other people?
A rogue or a spy?
Spy. He was a spy for
Oh, I like that.
another.
Good
And then he got caught.
Ooh, not good.
Except he was running away with me. We were going to get away together. It was going to be easy. And then we found the treasure.
Yeah. Same thing.
Oh, very good.
Except yeah, we were attacked.
I thought he was rather gifted until that moment.
Yeah.
And then we were here.
How long has it been since they came and got you to work?
It's almost time to work. When you guys popped in, it made such a noise. I thought it was the bars going down.
So maybe pull down instead.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's only so much current that they can generate before their electric bill gets
Less-
too
All of
high.
us.
You got lucky last
If
time.
all of us grab it at the same time, the electricity will have to go through more
It
people.
will actually disperse.
How many of y'all do I need to clobber with this lizard?
What's electricity?
You guys are talking funny. I just don't touch it because the lightning
We're
bites
talking
me.
funny. We're talking funny. Come on now, Captain Concussion.
Since this whole conversation was in Elvish, I kind of relayed back to the party the information in common, and then I'm just like, all right. So we're gonna wait until they come get us to work, and then we're gonna figure out what else is going on.
Wait,
Man,
does this
Wait a
mean
minute.
that we
Hold on.
Shut up and talk one at a time, please. I still have a massive
I can
hangover.
steal some from them. I can actually make us all pretty sneaky. You know, I can teach you guys how to sneak. I got a little spell up my sleeve. I don't have sleeves, but
Well, you
I got
have
a spell.
to. He did talk about how his magic stopped working as soon as he got
Oh.
here, so
Listen,
I don't know if that would
trust
work.
the guy
That's
that grabbed the treasure. Okay.
I thought we were gonna die. Okay, that lizard was gonna stab me.
So clearly the other two didn't become friends.
Why? We're pretty close.
think
we
that we're
fought, you know,
friends?
like I mean,
Valentrell,
I don't
that
know
is
him.
probably the sweetest thing that you've ever said to me in these past 4 days, and I am just so happy that
we've
you
known
think
each other
that
for 4 days.
4 whole days, and
Like
he
100
already
days.
thinks
I'm
that we're
sorry.
friends. Oh my god, I have never made friends so quickly in my life.
Really?
That's
Wonder why.
kind of sad, but
I haven't had much opportunity. My mom is my best friend.
oh dear
Really?
Lord.
There.
No, it's good to be friends with
At,
your
at
family,
this
you
very
know?
moment, Valandril is trying to just stifle all the laughter.
Spanky's
I
outside
whack him
pulling
with the
crap.
lizard.
Spanky's on the ground rolling because this is a good time.
I smack him with the lizard.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm rubbing my temple. I'm getting upset. I'm getting anxious.
Since I'm not wearing my clothes, can I wrap them around my hands and try this again?
The lizard? Yeah, he's got like rubbery skin or something. You might
Oh
have
my
to
gosh,
shock.
not the lizard, his clothes.
Oh, I think
Okay,
it's like use the
You're
lizard
onto
as
something.
gloves.
If
Look,
I
guys,
take clothes,
I'm
wrap it around
so-
one hand, wrap the lizard around the other, and then try it again.
Yeah, clothes will
It's
still
gonna
carry a
cook
current.
the
but
lizard.
Well, actually,
either-
How about we cook the lizard on the bars
That-
and then we can eat?
You know what? That is a
Please.
grand
That
idea.
doesn't
I
help
am
us
so
escape.
hungry.
It might not help us escape
I
yet.
could do with a cup of water.
I mean, worst case scenario, we eat that guy over there.
What?
Wow, we have a
We're
we have
not
a perfectly
eating
good
anything.
lizard right here.
The lizard's got
Exactly.
feelings.
Hey, I said I
Spanky
was gonna
likes
eat
animals.
this lizard. I'm
What?
gonna eat it.
You guys are
So
awful.
why don't you put it on the
I
bars?
put the lizard up to the bars
Oh,
and just
God.
like hold it against the bars to
She's
cook
getting
it.
shocked. She's gonna get shocked real bad.
So, as you place the lizard against the bars, nothing happens.
Maybe try lifting it with your foot
That was
To get it-
anticlimactic.
to get it
Oh,
going.
maybe
Hold with one
if you
hand, lift it
mess
with
with
the
them,
other.
like
What
you
if we
guys were
have we
trying to lift
tried?
them,
You know what?
know?
Maybe if we
How are we
This
gonna
is
cook
a
this
real
lizard?
interesting
Maybe you
situation.
should do what I just said. So you either cook it or we get out.
Everybody
Okay.
We don't lose.
Okay, I try and lift the bars with the lizard.
Okay. I'm picturing you. You've kind of got your thumbs hooked under the lizard body and your hands on bars, and you're trying to like
Yes.
Yeah.
create a
This.
lift. Okay.
Yeah.
like
Then
oven
if
mitts?
that's what you do, the very second you apply upward motion, there's no movement, just like when Spanky tried. There's no movement, and I'm not going to have you roll dexterity because you're not trying to get out of the way. We're going to do two different rolls, and I'm more interested, to be honest with you, is how well you cook a lizard.
Yeah.
This is
I like my lizards well done. So
No one cares what you want.
that's fair.
I'm not positive. I love doing performance check on this because of the fact that you're preparing a meal. Even if that's not correct, then people out in the audience, all 140 of them, want to argue about it.
How about survival?
I hear you. I hear you. But you have decided. Roll both.
Roll for
Survival and
Yeah. Tell me what you're rolling
Performance?
first. Yep.
okay.
roll animal handling.
Which is first?
I'm good.
It's a dead animal.
Dead.
What kind of animal
It's
is it?
animal. Okay. It doesn't matter how I handle it. Survival. I'll roll survival first.
You could roll carcass handling.
Oh my
There you
god.
go. Is that
Roll.
like a necromancer?
Is that one?
That was a
Crit
nat
fail,
one.
guys.
Wow.
Crit fail, guys.
Wow.
She cooks herself instead of
That was
A
on,
plus. Yes.
that was on the survival. Let's do the performance
yes.
now.
Okay.
Oh god. Spanky's slowly back. He was
So
nothing to do
18 for performance.
Ooh.
So it is hard to overcome a crit fail. But we were kind of combining two different things, so it wasn't a crit fail. It's not quite an average, but let's just say first that while the lizard might not be something you'd feed to the kings and queens of the land, and let's not say that it's actually cooked all the way through, but let's say that portions of it have begun to cook, leaving the other portions uncooked. So you have a partially cooked lizard.
Can I flip it over and cook it on the other side?
Let's do one thing at a time. Next, I have to decide, using this D6, how bad that hurt.
Oh boy.
I want
2
the-
plus 1 is 3.
I want the
You take 3
Oh,
hit points of
balls.
damage.
Quinn, you gotta be careful. You got hit with that spear just a few minutes ago. Hours ago? I do not know how long it's been. Please be careful.
touched nothing in terms of those bars. That was vicious.
Also, that lizard smells absolutely delicious. Oh, it's been a while since we've eaten some food.
Hold
I
him
said we
back.
leave complaining out over there.
Yeah.
Would you like to try anything else? You indicated you might want to try to cook the other side.
Yes, but this time I'm gonna wrap my cloak around my hands.
Have you updated your hit point?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
I actually die here.
Stop! I don't think any of us have healing or anything.
Obviously not.
We
Oh
don't.
my
It's fine.
God.
It's fine. It's fine, guys.
Quinn just
It's
dies.
fine.
It's
I
fine.
used Elven CPR.
One day, perfect.
Fly away.
First session.
Look,
Are you graduating this month? Next?
That'll be a pattern everybody will get used
oh,
to.
no.
Oh,
if
you're
I have
graduating?
to re-roll, I'll roll an even
Okay.
better one. I promise.
I mean, it's almost impossible to roll worse than one.
How about
That's my
no,
sister.
wait. How about we do this? I'll try it this time.
You want to try and cook it, or do you want to hold the bars while I cook it?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll do all the above.
Wrap your clothes around your hands,
Yes.
so you don't get too burned.
Sure.
And lift, and I will cook the lizard.
Why don't we wrap my hands in my clothes and then I do with the lizard? So that way you don't have to get shocked through the lizard and die. Because if you die and you get cooked, we're still going to eat you too, which is great for more food. And you're alcohol seasoned, which I am a fan of. But let's preserve some kind of life here. Because we're going to need fodder when these guards come back.
Tastes like whiskey chicken.
Bourbon chicken, and he won.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I just want this to work out.
I'm like wrapping
so
Spanky's
hungry.
hand.
There we
So
go.
I wrap your clothes around your hands, and
Yes.
I present you with the lizard.
Yes. I make sure it is on the most uncooked side possible.
Yes.
And I kind of keep the rest of me back because Spanky don't want this bits getting caught up in all of this. Because if they do, you can just kill me right there.
Oh no.
And I try and give the biggest heave that I can to pull it upwards.
Okay. So, Quinn survives because she didn't touch the lightning. Yeah. So, could you tell me about the clothes you're wearing? Are they made of rubber suddenly?
Completely rubber clothes. I had rubber long johns.
I thought you did.
A rubber crop top. I had a rubber bandana on.
Hell yeah.
Everything.
Blue gloves. The whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's good. That'll help a little bit. That'll help a little bit. Well, let's do this in reverse order because you're not. This won't kill you. And then I'm going to for the close. It's 3 off for you. You take 3 hit points of. We're going to call it burning damage.
Oh boy.
I love the look of
Shake
doubt
my
that came
hands
from
a
you
little
right
bit.
there.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
I mean, you can specify like.
It is burn damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 There's
I mean,
not.
they can have like other effects, like if you wanted to.
Yeah, there's like a status effect, but
But I
It's-
mean,
that's not a thing.
It's just a damage type. It doesn't. We could call it bludgeoning, and it's still going to take your 3 points away. It'll matter later when you guys have cool things that stop specific kinds of damage.
yeah.
So that's your damage. Let's. I think nature's probably the way to go. Nature check. That's survival.
Yeah. There's 2. There's survival and nature.
Survival. Survival sounds dope. I like survival.
You like survival, okay.
Yeah. Let's go with that, guys.
I actually prefer that for this.
Survival.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Let's do a thing.
Yeah, this is some serious stuck in the woods.
Bruh!
How?
Bruh!
What sort of loaded die did you give me?
You roll another one?
Oh,
No.
another 8.
Even better.
Oh,
The
another
other-
roll.
8.
How is that statistically possible?
It's not.
Impressive more than anything.
Oh my
Just-
gosh, how did
I
you
can
do
give you a
that?
set of
For no
die
reason
that
at all.
isn't
Just
quite
roll 3
loaded.
more times and see what happens.
I swear to God. If
Swear.
You get an 8 again, right?
okay, it's 14.
It bounced.
18.
It's got an 8 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
That was
All right.
just
I
the
just
way
thought
you
I thought the
tossed
die
it.
was.
I got it out of the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, while you did not cook the world's greatest lizard on that electrified lightning fence,
Yes.
you did cook a lizard for the most part. I would say 90% cooked, 10% rawish.
For flavor.
Yeah, and you got a little lizard tartare going on.
Yeah.
The
Nice little
the
medium
thing
rare.
that the thing that's immediately evident to everybody is your success because the whole little room fills with a smell that all of you have been hungry. You've all been stuck in the woods, stuck in the ocean, trying to survive, and now you're surrounded by the smell of delicious cooked lizard. And behind you, you hear, what you got?
So, Spanky, since he is now holding this lizard, has a plan.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Eat the whole thing.
Oh God, no! That would be evil. That would be mean and cruel.
Can I lean over and rip one of its back legs off real fast?
Sure, I guess you meant to do that before I do what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So, I decide that it would be a good. By the way, that leg was like the 10% that was uncooked.
Eat it anyway.
I decide it's a good bargaining tool with the guards if I take this and stick it outside of the bars and drop it.
Why would you
New
do
friend,
that?
please.
Because I want to bargain with these guys.
We don't know if they exist. Part of my Elvish. But this...
Yes?
Think about it.
Yes, friend?
Think about it.
I haven't done it yet, but I am proposing
Our
my
other
plan.
new friend here has told us a bunch of what could be possibly hoopla. We haven't seen guards. Yes, you got shocked. Sorry, Quinn. It must hurt. But
I'm surprised Quinn's still conscious.
It's lucky roll.
speaking solely for me, I've been at sea for 2 days without any kind of food. I'm away from home. I'm cold. I'm clothless. I don't know where I am.
I put my hand against his
Spanky's
face
not
and
fond of the dude whining, whose name he actually forgot.
I reach over and very very gently get your attention and put my hand under the lizard and lift it up out of your grip.
Okay.
And now I have the lizard. And I start breaking
highly
pieces off.
disappointed at the fact that my plan has not come to fruition, but I accept the alternate path.
I break off a leg for you, a leg for you, a leg for you.
Please.
Like
Didn't you already take a leg?
Section. Yeah, I have the fourth leg.
Okay,
so
good.
I section out. I section out some ribs and
I
some nice
counted an
thigh
extra
meat
leg.
for you.
Yes, you are my
Five.
savior.
And then I come over to Elam and Shay, and I section out some rib meat, and there's lots of obnoxious cracking as I break this lizard's
This
ribs
lizard tastes sour.
and section it out for you and hold it out to you.
Shay's asleep, but I'll hold his.
I go ahead and give both sections to you, because I don't care if you eat both of them. You've been in here for 4 days. And then I guess whatever I'm left with, I've got like a piece of the body and maybe some organs left, and I'm just like kind of...
This is definitely interesting. We used to have a couple animals back on the farm where I grew up, and you know what? I have never had something so interesting like this lizard before.
I do not enjoy lizard.
I do not enjoy you.
I'll do
That
what
one
I
goes
got.
finally.
I snapped the tail off of the lizard and handed it to you as a prize for that one.
That was a little rude, but it was also good. I respect that one.
You know, now that
I
we've
like
gotten some
scores.
food into us, I would absolutely love to get out of here. Now, obviously we cannot lift these bars up, right? So how are we gonna get out? Can we possibly pull the bars apart, you think, or you think it'll have the same painful effects as
I
trying
think
to
we use our
lift?
clothes again.
See, I've noticed that even though
that's
we've
how
been
it
using our
works.
clothes, it has not been working.
I have a complete rubber ensemble. I would be more than happy to lend it to someone else who is brave enough to try.
I hold my hands up and back off. Like, the edge is finally getting taken off my hangover just a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, your
I've had
hangover got
enough.
fried out.
Maybe you should just
I've
sit
had
down.
enough.
You do not look like you are doing any sort of
No,
good
the
right
The
now.
edges of your hair are singed. You might want to sit down.
What little hair I have.
Excuse me,
like
Mr.
one thing of
Spanky, would you
fire on.
possibly help me pull the bars apart?
Yeah.
Because I still have some power left in me to pull these bars. So maybe the pulling
Spanky's
apart.
got to get the feeling back in his hands because he's taken
All right.
a lot of volts.
All right.
He's not quite sure where to go from here.
So-
I also have an idea. Eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I start screaming for the guards to come. I don't want to talk to them.
So we don't smack.
Roll
him
for
with the lizard.
performance.
There's
Oh,
nothing
performance.
left of the lizard.
Wait a minute.
You
Wait a
ate
minute.
it all.
Wait.
Throws a bone.
I don't think he's very convincing. So we can subvert this whole performance thing. Well, you gotta be hurt for the guards to come. Boom! Right in the stomach.
You punching me in the stomach?
It
Yes.
sounds like it. You're punching him in the stomach.
Yes.
Do I
Okay.
need to like dodge it or something?
Well,
Why would you want to? Because the plan is to be in pain and be loud.
I could just fake it. I got pretty good performance.
roll for attack?
God.
Oh boy, if you get another 8.
Well, just to be fair, did you say I do punch him, or I think you said I punch him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead.
So
and roll
do I
for
see this? Did you like say that you're gonna do it, or were you like, I got an idea, and then you
You know
sock me in
what?
the stomach?
Okay. I say the idea out loud for the room to experience and take their poll in it.
I'm like,
Look.
hold on. I can pretend. I'm a pretty good performer. All right, not gonna lie, pretty good.
What
I
do you
could-
do? What kind of you do some
I
other
lie.
things?
Weird.
That's it.
I just lie.
I
got in it. I got in it.
It's hard.
It's a different accent.
I'm willing to be the scapegoat here, as I would just spent the past like however long complaining. The food's finally hit me. I'm feeling a little calmer now, and I'm willing to almost upchuck it with a sock to the gut to make this convincing.
I feel like
Hun,
we don't
I just spent the
necessarily.
last 20 minutes hitting you over the head with a lizard. I think we've caused you enough brain damage.
Also, I feel like plenty of
Cool.
us are hurt, so I don't see like we haven't gotten the
Let's
guards' attention with that.
To be honest, you
just
spent the
yell,
most of the
come
time
on.
whining. I wouldn't mind punching
Not
him
to
get over
mention,
it.
we don't
This is
scream
my
like
penance.
when we get
I
hurt.
feel I need to do this to redeem myself in the eyes of our new friend.
My mama told me if
And
I
that
have
guy.
nothing nice to say, I shouldn't say it at all. So
How's that?
D&D Alabama.
She's D&D Alabama. I'm D&D New Jersey.
He's gonna say
I
Joyce.
believe you mean
Joyzy.
tabletop RPG jersey.
yeah.
RPG jersey.
I'm glad the people, the accents are on this side.
yeah.
So, am I gonna yell for the gods or what?
Or get punched. What's happening?
I would rather not get punched in the stomach. What are you whispering about? Do not whisper to him. I don't know what you're saying. Are you
feel
speaking
like-
Yeah, that's
Italian?
the point.
I feel like
Thus
my
the
friend
whisper.
Quinn here,
Yeah.
I could trust. I thought I could trust you, but you know, you grab some treasure and bada bing, bada boom.
I was trying to stay alive.
Yeah, that's not how you do that.
Well, I was
I
really
really
supposed to know the
appreciate
treasure
that,
chest
like,
would
the three
teleport
of
me
us
to a
don't
magical
hate each
prison,
other.
okay? My apologies that I didn't know picking up a dagger.
What
would
yours
put-
was a treasure chest too? We got taken by a treasure chest as well. I wonder
Yeah,
if that's
I think-
possibly related.
Pretty sure we established that.
Did we? Oh
I'm
well.
pretty sure.
Well, we'll establish it again. You're welcome.
D&D Alabama's a
He
little slow.
decides to keep
Yeah, it's
talking,
true.
and whilst he's talking, instead of punching him in the gut, I just give him a dead arm.
Punch me in the
How does that look?
You like punch him in the arm real hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hit him really hard. It hurts really bad. You don't take any damage, but you're like at 0.8 hit points. So it hurts really bad.
Oh! Hey, what do you do that for? What the hell? Come on, man. Ow! Gods!
The laughing is both out of character and in character.
Damn it, man. What the hell? Why?
We call that method acting.
That
I could have just done regular acting, but now my arm hurts.
Best
honestly
thing
worked a
he
lot better
said
than I
all
thought it was
day.
gonna. Can I see outside? Can I look like? Is there a hallway right in front
Well,
of us?
let me
Can I
just
see?
double. You definitely can. I want to make sure. Did you say anything else, or just reply to the hit?
I
Did you-
shouted like, "Gods, I'm hurt."
Okay,
something.
you channeled
Yeah.
channeled the pain and called out for the guards.
I high
All right.
five Spanky.
Well, then now we're gonna
Being
roll.
bullied already.
We're gonna roll for performance, but we're gonna have both of you roll because you're assisting him. So whichever of the two highest 20s is gonna be
But
the
you gotta
performance
pretend
roll.
to be big strong
Performance?
man.
Yeah.
and That'll work
Oh,
pretty
wow.
well.
I was not pretending.
That's fine.
No, it's
The
Actually
the
good.
purpose behind, and I appreciate that, but the purpose behind it was to get a better yell out of him. So you're
Gotcha.
assisting his performance.
Okay.
I have 18 total.
18. So if you can beat an 18, you'll be helping.
It's on 8.
Not too bad.
11.
So together, with your help, with your dead arm, and with your very convincing method acting, you scream out very loudly, and Janet Hammy, who's near the bar, trying to get a look while the screaming is going on, doesn't see anybody coming.
Do I see any more jail cells around?
Been for nothing.
When you look out, that'd be a perception. You're now trying to see outside of the bars and look.
It's cocked, I
All right,
think.
you shoot it again. Unless it was.
I mean,
It'd be
a
good
6
to-
plus some stuff.
You see-
Perception?
yeah.
Oh, just 6.
Yeah, you see a hallway,
All right.
and the hallway and the walls and the ceiling of the hallway all seem to be about exactly the same as the room that you're in. Same material, same hewn from stone kind of a look. You don't see anything else. You did roll like a 6 or something.
Yeah.
What is the ground made of? Is it just like gravel?
Round.
Hewn,
Well, thanks.
Ground is made of ground.
Thanks, Spanky.
Wall is made of wall.
hewn stone.
I'm like, okay, everybody be quiet. Let's listen for any guards coming.
I'm not here to punch him again.
I don't
This
hear
one's
anything, so
great.
you just punched me in the arm for nothing. You prick.
Spanky's been called worse.
Actually, he punched you because I told him to.
Both of you pricks.
I would have punched you myself if my hands weren't burned.
So I'd like everybody just for a moment to try to imagine being in a room that you're not familiar with and still not having any idea how long you're going to be stuck here. There's a reason that animals trapped in a trap or a cage chew their arms off to get out. There's a level of fear and urgency that comes from that. And you guys are starting to feel that. You're starting to feel this real concern. You've tried things, you've done things, you've yelled, and nothing really seems to be solving that problem. Which is why, when you hear footsteps coming, you have such an immense sense of relief. And it might be short-lived, but at least you know you're not trapped in a cage and stuck. There seems to be somebody on the other side of the bars. As you hear the footsteps approach, they get closer and closer, echoing on the stone walls. And from around the corner, coming into your vision and standing on the other side of the bars, you see a lone individual. Behind you, Elam says, oh. And then you see him try to act like he's asleep.
I also act like I'm asleep. Follow suit.
Well, you were standing at the bars, so that you want to drop to the floor in a heap?
Yes.
But he's not convincing us he collapses. He needs something to make him collapse.
I'm trying to sleep. I'm not trying to collapse in agony.
If you want to go to sleep, like, we can do this. And
We can do this.
I just want to help. My friend Quinn here is apt in this.
I don't like this. They're instigating, beating me up.
Come here. I'll put you to sleep.
No. I'm good.
This got unnecessarily violent.
And towards me, not even towards anybody else.
If I'm not drinking, I'm probably punching something. I'm not
I'm
drinking right
locked in
now.
a cage. I'm violent.
That doesn't sound. Do you need to talk? That doesn't sound healthy.
I wouldn't have believed it had I not come down to see it myself. I'd heard that we had some mighty adventurers in our cage.
Just
Usually we just catch vagabonds and worthless people. But we heard a lot of noise coming from down here, and I was concerned that it would be a bunch of assholes. I mean Merlin's beard.
You're not wrong. I like this guy already.
I don't think you were off on that one. Will you continue?
I kind of turned my head to look towards this person. I'm like, look, all I wanted was a little knife to fillet this stupid lizard so I could cook something because we'd been at sea for 3 days, stranded with no food or water, and we were starving. I don't know where we are. I don't know how we got here.
and some of us are still starving.
Some of us would like a drink.
He glances from person to person through the bars. His eyes land on Monolith, who's in a heap on the ground. He spends very little time looking at the two people in the back. It's clear he didn't come for them. And he waves his hand, and the bars slide down into the ground.
Oh, it's go time.
Oh no.
I get up.
I'm ready to like bolt.
He turns around and says, "Follow me," and starts to walk down the hall.
Spanky's anxious.
What do you do?
Oh,
Sir, hello.
man.
It is just a pleasure to meet you. My name is Janet Tanny Woodspin, and I would absolutely love to know who you
Please
are.
wait for the room. We're almost there.
I shove everybody out ahead of me and take up rear guard and follow.
Is this guy like a prison hype man?
Wait till you see this room. Are you still on the floor?
No, I got up.
I was gonna say, if you're still on the floor, I'm gonna drag you.
No, when I heard the bars go down, I was like, oh.
All right, the five of you follow him down the hall. You're following behind, if you choose to do so. You're following behind somebody who's about 6'6", one of the tallest humans that you've seen, and the height on this human is he was a human a minute ago, right? Yeah, of course he was, because he's a human. You just
Hasn't changed.
you gave me a look. I was concerned that his race had changed in mid-conversation.
Okay, Jason.
He's just a little tall.
Oh, he is a little tall, and he's the height catches your attention, and it's the thickness that holds it. This is a giant of a human.
Oh, he's thick, boy.
He has been
Big boy.
on this planet doing his thing for quite some time, and you can tell that just from the way he walks and the way he does not even glance over his shoulder to see what his 5 prisoners are doing. You continue to follow him down the hallway, I assume, unless...
No, I'm shoving everybody ahead of me. I'm not giving anybody an option.
I'm looking around. I'm looking at stuff. I'm making sure that I see all my exits.
Okay.
What exits?
Exactly. I'm just trying to find one.
You get to a in the stone hallway. You get to a doorway that he turns in, and the doorway is an entryway to a staircase, and you begin to follow him up a set of stairs.
I don't really know about all this.
Oh, Spanky's getting anxious. Spanky might die.
I don't like how
If
he
they
said
slow
that.
down, if they start to slow down, I'm kind of like nudging them in the back of the knees, like keep going, come on, we're not there yet, keep going. We got this. It's okay. I'll take care of you.
The stairs continue to climb up in a very straight line. If you turn around and look back down, you can see it's like one of those long escalators. It's just not moving, and it continues to go up and up and up. So you've got a lot of distance up and down. It's not a spiral. It's not, going back and forth. It's just a long, long, long staircase. Still the same kind of stone you've been walking on. And after about 3 minutes, and you guys probably making some eye contact, like how much longer could this go?
Prolonged eye contact.
You reach the wooden door, and in you go. It was uneventful. You make it into the room, and you find several seats, and he goes and sits behind his desk. This is like one of the most normal-looking offices you've ever seen in what should be a prison.
Oh,
I don't
this is
really
like
understand
this is
what's
like
going
the world's
on.
first DMV thing. Huh? So are we getting our licenses?
So
Spanky ain't got a license.
Taxes.
so if he sits down behind his desk, I go and kind of calmly approach him. I'm like, can you tell us why you brought us here?
Well, I have an option for you, and I thought I'd give it to you in person rather than, down with your cellmates. We keep an eye out for people that might be able to help us. I'm Sebastian Bolt. I'm always on the lookout for people that can help me run errands. And while you have broken the law of the land and you are in jail for trespassing and stealing property that was not your own, and that does have a rather hefty penalty that comes with it.
I squint really hard, but I don't say anything.
Well, that could cost you years and years in my reformatory. You could erase all that in a couple of days.
Who we gotta kidnap?
Luckily,
I cover his mouth. I cover his mouth. What are the terms?
There's no kidnapping involved. You just have to go and retrieve an artifact and return it to me.
We're just kidnapping an object instead of a person. This is great.
Exactly.
I cover his mouth.
This guy gets it.
You want us
We're
to
in-
steal you something?
No, pick it up.
And what is the nature of this artifact?
Well, it's kind of a weapon.
Okay, so like, are we talking like it looks like a weapon, like it's a sword?
We can
or-
talk details when we've decided whether or not you'll be going
no
on this
problem.
particular errand for me or not.
Yeah.
Good little half elf.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You certainly don't have to take the job. I've got one. I only need 4 more.
well, that's convenient. There's 4 of you.
I hate you.
Punch him again.
I mean,
Go.
Please keep in mind that the cells are well maintained. We have several square meals a week, and you'll always have your basic needs met.
did you just say several square meals a week?
And are they actually squares?
That's good eating.
I'm not one to lie.
Why?
So if we accept this, if we do this for you, can you get us gear?
I wouldn't send you out as you are now. You're pitiful. You have nothing.
I'm almost
This
dead.
Spanky looks down and goes, "What do you mean pitiful?"
I've not seen such hungry and
What happened to
malnourished
that?
and scruffy looking adventurers.
Who you calling Scruffy?
Oh,
Nerf herders.
How dare.
Spanky starts kind of rocking back and forth like, "Oh man, I really want to hit this guy."
I would totally let that happen.
Only because you got hit.
Exactly.
What comes around goes around.
The object that I need you to get,
Yeah.
it's 3 days travel.
What happens if we don't come back?
Oh,
Don't ask that question. Bad.
Why would you break?
No.
feel
Jam.
that-
Bad
Honey.
idea.
I'm just genuinely
That's
curious. Do they know where we
Yes.
are at all
Can
times?
I
Like,
knock
why would
on
they
it?
just?
Oh,
yeah.
I knock on the wooden desk real fast because he said that.
Because he said what?
Because she cursed us all.
is that even a thing?
It was just a general question. Anything can happen during a journey.
That's accurate.
Kids-
Anything can happen.
Bring him back downstairs.
Anything will happen if we don't bring this back. I'm assuming.
What
If
the
you-
hell? What do we have to lose?
Wait,
3
didn't
square
we get
meals,
here
all basic
because we
combination.
tried to touch a weapon?
A week.
So
not
who
a
does?
day.
So where is this weapon and who does it
Per week.
belong to?
Technically,
person
it
touch
wasn't. Oh, you touched
I
a
did
weapon.
not.
Yeah,
I just
Hey,
wanted a
he
little
touched a
knife.
weapon.
I just wanted to skin the lizard.
Yeah.
That's a weapon.
we were fighting somebody. We didn't have weapons. He was gonna kill us. What was I supposed to do? Not grab the weapons?
Who needs weapons when you've got that
I
voice and I've got
do.
my hands?
I mean,
I
we took
can't
out a
use
lizard
that.
I
person
am
with lizards and
sincerely
rocks.
missing the lizard that I fed these people because I was using it to hit them, and it was fun.
Well, I mean,
I also wish you had your lizard.
I'm down.
he's a sympathetic person.
Well, that's 2 of you.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice, so make
You-
it 3.
Might as
Absolutely
well.
have a choice. I
Let's
want
stay
everybody
here.
to be
Go
on
on.
board before you leave. I don't want this to feel like it's being forced upon you. I'm looking for people that would be on my team. You know, Team Bolton.
Is this really the best way to make friends?
He's not looking for friends.
It's
He's
not
looking
about
for
making
employees.
friends at this
Punch
point.
some more people.
You are adorable.
You were gonna get us in
You
trouble.
wanna punch
You
some
know
more
that?
people's baby.
I just don't understand.
Don't worry about understanding. Let's get in the real world. How about that?
In
Huh?
the real world, is this not exactly where we are?
We're in prison. It's not the real world.
It's the
I'm
realest
I'm
world.
introducing him to
That's
the idea of
wow.
possibly punching some more people on this quest. He'll come around in a minute.
Yeah. I don't know what you do, but you get out there, you can do it. Whatever it is.
Parents proud.
Or
Such
maybe
crime.
prove him wrong out of spite.
earn your
Get you a
father's,
job.
earn your father's respect. Yeah.
Fine.
Make some new friends.
I'm only
True.
gonna go
I was first one,
because
so I don't-
she
I don't know.
volunteered and she volunteered. I don't know the 2 of you well enough yet to even care. So
He turns around and he grabs a rope and he pulls it, and a bell sounds in the distance you can barely hear. The doors that you walk through open up, and 4 armed guards walk up. They're wearing gray cloaks that have black borders around the sleeves and the bottom. And they appear to be the kind of guards that could break you in half. I mean, you never know, but he says, I would like you to make sure that you know for sure what you want. So we'll come back and check with you in a little while. And he snaps his fingers, and the guards come in and begin to usher you out and encourage you to walk down back towards the cell that you came from.
Hey, keep your hands off me.
Encourage,
Watch
huh?
myself.
I'm letting them touch me. I don't want to instigate nothing.
If he looks like he's about to freak out, I'm gonna kind of wedge myself between him and the guards. Be like, not this one. It's okay. I got it. I got it.
Spanky is gonna get
Spanky's
himself.
not having this.
Spanky, no.
Spanky bad. Bad Spanky.
That's fair.
The guards don't seem terribly afraid of anybody, and they don't seem to be concerned about upsetting any of the people on the way. They are ushering you in a phalanx down the area that you came from. Is there any resistance as you walk down the stairs?
Hell no.
Nah.
As much as I would love to.
Yeah, as much as I would love to.
I'm
No.
cool with this.
Okay, but why not?
Because
they could
I
break
can't
us.
back your giant ass up.
And I won't bat your giant
I
ass.
also don't like you punched
Listen,
me in the
if you
arm.
go back in
without
the corner of the
knowledge.
wine, you'll be just as fine.
I say ass
Sounds
one
good.
time, and everybody has to do it.
What?
I said I say ass one time, and everybody has to do it.
Well, now you've said it like twice.
You set a standard.
Now it's PG-13. Great.
Yeah.
PG-13. Which means we get one special bomb to throw.
Yeah. Just one. Use it wisely.
Uno.
So, I mean, I guess I don't fight back.
You make it to the bottom of the steps, and you're ushered down the hall, and right back into the room where you were. When you arrive, the bars scrape down, and I assume you walk in, and the bars go back up.
And we're
And
back with
you're back in your room. You have Elam behind you, and Shay is still snoring.
my goodness, he sleeps.
All right.
Can we
really
talk
heavily.
about how this makes absolutely no sense?
But
What are you talking
Please.
we now know which direction the bars go in, so we can go back to step 1.
about?
Did I not
Be my
bring this up
guest.
earlier?
You brought a lot of things up early, and I didn't like most of them.
So, how about we just do the job?
Well,
That
obviously
sounds
we
like
have
a
no
good idea.
choice but to do the job. It's either
We have
that
a
or stay
choice.
here.
Hey,
There's a
hey,
choice,
hey,
but not a very
hey,
deliberate
hey.
choice.
Hey,
B.
if I may.
We broke the law.
You broke the law.
Look, no one cares. And 2, this guy's giving us gear.
Yeah.
And he's giving us a chance to leave.
Right.
And if we don't come back, who gives a
I feel like he might.
What
Yeah.
sort of insurance
okay,
we
so
have
here's the
to
thing.
make sure we got back?
Really?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. He looks really powerful.
And
Like
we're getting him a
It's not
weapon.
him that looks powerful. It's all the black robe.
he's
We don't-
clearly
So
part of
why
some
doesn't
very
he send
powerful
those guys?
organization.
Maybe,
So we
maybe
just
not.
grab his artifact, bring it back, and then we never talk to him again. Because I have a feeling if we grab this artifact and don't bring it back, he's gonna use his magical powers, and those guards are gonna come by and break us in half.
But
What if this
something
is all-
about that, though. Like, he must not be able to touch it, because, I mean, otherwise he'd get it himself.
That's
This
possible.
might just be a giant test too. Like we're being watched through some magical lens right now, for all his little friends to watch us tear each other apart. Anyone think of that?
No,
Well,
because
I mean,
that
we
makes no
haven't done that
sense
yet.
either.
Neither does this, Janet Tammy, but yet we're here.
Those
Oh,
chests
sassy.
lead directly to these cells. Is
What?
he looking for people to do this often? Like, this seems.
It seems like a giant trap. Yeah,
It,
no,
it
does.
could be like
It
it could
does.
be he's been looking for this for a
Hold on,
long
hold on, hold
time.
on,
People
hold
that
on.
break the law get a chance to go out and
Why
they tend
don't
to
we
die.
just ask Captain Concussion about this whole thing and see if he'd been offered the same thing? at
Oh,
one
you know
time?
what? That's an intelligent idea, Spanky.
I turn towards
Spanky
you.
don't have many of those.
Have you ever been brought upstairs? Blinking very hard. Are you okay?
I'm fine. No, I'm only on the ground. Shay went up there.
I wake Shay up. Hey.
Is it time?
I jumped
I'm
out.
not going. I'm not going again.
Human? Is he human?
He is human.
He is.
Okay.
Hey, so
Obviously.
so you were brought upstairs, right?
Who the hell are you?
We just got here.
Yeah.
My name's Monolith.
I said no. I'm not going.
I grab him.
Tell him no.
I grab him and pull him back by the collar a little bit, like.
Just tell us
Honey.
what's the deal with the upstairs?
Oh my God, this guy.
Honey,
All right.
calm down.
I can't handle this guy.
Hi, my name is Janet
I
Tanny
kind of-
Woodspan. You can call me James if you
Orc.
like. It's an
What
absolute.
orc?
Oh, excuse me, it is half orc. Thank you.
I turn towards Jam and I'm
racist.
like, in Orcish, I'm like, maybe let me handle this one.
Well, I don't understand why he has to go there.
Look,
And
look,
unfortunately,
he doesn't.
Listen
he doesn't.
here,
but we need
accents. We need
information,
accents. Got a
okay?
question.
All right.
while she's busy taking care of that,
Shut up!
I'm already screwing things up by going, hey.
Ah,
Human.
Humanish.
Human.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ignore the fact I'm only in trousers right now. I
You
need
just
to ask you a question.
You're doing better than me.
Did you meet a guy named Bolton?
Yeah, they took me up there.
You can take it over from here.
Thank you. I appreciate the introduction. You said your name was Shay? Your friend told us your name was Shay.
It is.
Hi, I'm
Told
Quinn.
me.
I'm
Hi-
Quinn.
hi,
These
Quinn.
are my rather rambunctious friends. Hello. I'm
They
not-
don't have a lot of manners for.
No, they don't.
stuck in a
It's
prison.
okay.
No,
So
I
what kind
did
of
my
manners am I
best to
supposed
What'd you
introduce
say
myself
about
to
me?
you, and you're over here just sleeping
I'm
during the
about
whole
to stuff
thing.
lizard bones down all of your throats.
I
Yeah,
helped.
Is it season?
Did they bring? Smells like they brought dinner when I was asleep.
No,
Yes.
We cooked.
we
Actually, your buddy has your share.
Had.
Elam.
I'm literally giving you the look in character.
Elam legitimately
what's
takes the
here?
food out that he'd been saving for Shay.
Yes.
And,
Okay. All right.
Oh my God!
Why do we have decent
So-
people in
Okay.
this campaign?
Jay, take some bites.
This is
eat,
great.
eat a little.
Oh, we've
And-
been eating like gruel.
Can you tell us what you know
Me.
about Sebastian Bolt and
Oh.
about what he asked you to do?
I don't know how you guys got in here, but I was walking with my friend, and we decided that we would stick together for a little while.
Of course.
And he seemed like he needed the help, and I was certainly going to help. And he's got the most beautiful singing voice when he sings. You guys would not believe it. He sings like a bird. It's amazing. But be that as it may, he's certainly not somebody that I expected to get me into this kind of trouble. Yahoo saw a big open treasure chest and just grabbed it. Can you believe? What an idiot.
Can't believe that.
And I thought, to myself, oh, how did you guys get in here?
The treasure chest.
It was him.
Well, be that as it may, yeah, that's how I got here. Somebody grabbed a treasure chest. They took me upstairs. Sebastian wanted to send me on an errand to go to another treasure chest, and it seemed a lot like what we'd just done, and I told him no.
So you're just stuck here now.
I told him I would much rather dig in his mountain than I would go on his errands. Yeah, I'd have no problem staying here and using this pickaxe until my hands fall off, rather than going
What did he say he wanted you to get?
a weapon. He wouldn't even tell me what it was.
Aha.
So the same thing. That's good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your information.
Thank you. This is. It makes me feel like I'll see the outside again and be able to buy my own meat.
Hey,
Probably
There you
not.
go.
what are you digging for?
Nothing. It's just how they fix us. They say dig some more, dig some more. It's how they say it's going to reform us. It's not going to reform me.
I don't think that's how that works.
But I've got great calluses on my hand.
Oh,
Getting
I
better.
might get you some ladies.
Thanks for your help, Jay. Alright, guys. So, same quest. Are you dead?
So, when did they come get us for the? When did they come get us for the quest? Huh? I want to leave. Like, let's go. Come on, chop
Valentro
chop.
walks up to the bars, just starts shouting, "Hey, we're ready now!
Right about that.
Any moment!"
Right about that time, you hear footsteps. Last time you heard a single set of footsteps coming, but now it sounds like the hallway has several people marching down it.
Well, like
There's a little
Listen,
bit of an
guys.
echo, and so the steps are bouncing off of the walls. It's reminiscent of when the group of 4 people brought you back. You were a group of like 9 or something, and you were walking down. A lot of footsteps, maybe a little louder. As you look, eventually you see people. It's guards dressed exactly like you'd seen before, but there might be 15 or 20, and they're walking down the hall in a group, and they seem to be peeling off. You are in the cell that's closest to the walkway and the stairway up to Sebastian's office. Everything beyond that, you can now see other cells. And the guards are breaking off and going to each cell. And even after the footsteps had started, you heard moaning coming from down the hall towards the direction where the other cells are. And you hear some people shouting, "Oh, no! No!" And behind you, we have your Shay, who's sitting there and trying to pick the meat off of the last of the bones, and he gets a little white. He seemed alive and had a little color when he was talking to you, and the hunk of lizard brought a lot of color and life back to him, but apparently the sound of the guards approaching robs him of that. And as the 3 guards approach your cell and the other guards go and stand in front of their cells, all at one time, in a screeching sound that makes you put your hands up to your ears, all of the bars in the whole establishment in this wall come down. And the other cells are emptied, and the guards lead the prisoners down the hall away from the direction that you came. Your guards stand on the outside in the hall and motion for you to come out. What do you do? Follow. You're being obedient prisoners.
Yeah.
You step out of your cell, you walk down the hall, you're at the tail end of what you can see is now a long line of prisoners. Maybe 35 to 45 heads bobbing in a line, and every so often you've got the guards with that gray cloak and the black trim. It doesn't take long for you to reach a large doorway. This is much larger than any of the doorways that you've seen or in the doorway of your cell. A large wooden doorway. The first people arrive, and it opens up, and a bright light shines. The sunlight. You've got access to sunlight when you're taken out of the hall. You walk through the doorway, and now bright sun is shining in your eyes. And for a minute, it's hard to see. And as you're able to unsquint your eyes, you see that you're in a field surrounded by walls, giant rocks, and the side of a mountain. The walls kind of meet the side of a mountain like a 3-sided fence. And the mountain where the 4th wall essentially is has been caved in. It looks like a giant took his fingers and dug into a sandcastle and pulled back. When you get a little bit closer, because that's the direction the guards are pushing you, it's clear that this is what you'd been hearing about. This is where the people work. And without any prodding or instructions, you see the people, the prisoners in the line that you're in, walk over to a pile of tools, pick one up, and then walk over to those giant holes and start hacking. Some of them are using hammers, like a sledgehammer, and they're banging away at the walls. Some of them are using picks to get a little more distance, to poke in a little further. But all of them are hacking away at the mountain. Everybody seems to have their own place, too. If everybody was making their own tunnel, there'd be 35 or 45 holes that were going back. And it does seem like that's what's happening, but you can tell from the rock formations that the tunnels come together and the whole wall eventually erodes away. So what starts as a bunch of tunnels eventually grow to a wall falling. And then the process continues. They are digging into the mountain. It's your turn. At the last of the line, you walk up, and there are about 9 mangy-looking tools. Some bent handles, some splinters. Clearly, if you're the last in line, you get the crappiest of the tools. Hammers, picks, and shovels are your choices.
I'll grab a pick.
Pick.
Preferably one with
Hammer.
a loose head.
Okay.
I will look for a shovel.
Easy enough.
Pick, but I don't understand why we're doing this. We already agreed to
Just
this.
pick something up, Janet. Terry.
Listen, I understand why we're here, and I understand
Wait,
what's
wait,
going
got a
on, but I don't understand what we already
Just pick up
agreed.
a tool.
Why you got a
Take
question?
something. It's okay.
Whistle
Hey.
while you work.
Hey.
Pick up a tool.
Yeah, I'll whistle with you.
This isn't okay. Obviously, this is a situation in which okay.
Exactly, a situation where you might need a tool.
I'll pick up 2 shovels.
Why not like 2 hammers?
Does anybody know any good drinking songs? We'll go and work and we'll sing drinking songs.
I
Let's
don't
do
understand
this.
why
What-
everybody's being so casual about the
shovel drink
situation.
song.
This
Shovel
isn't a
and
casual
drink.
Only thing to be
situation.
casual about
Shovel
is
and drink.
getting a tool.
Shovel and drink.
The tools are about 30 feet away from the beginning of the long row of tunnel holes that you could step in and start digging in. I would say that without much trouble, each of you find your own separate hole, and you go in with your tools, and you have the option now to start digging. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
I start
double
singing.
shovel.
What do you do with a drunken sailor?
What do you do with a drunken
sailor?
What do you do
with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Put him in the longboat till he's
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I just love that song.
So I'm just like belting this out. And, like my hangover is mostly
too.
gone now. We've eaten a little bit. We know a little bit about where we're at and what we're gonna do and everything. So I'm just like swinging away at it. I'm like, all right, if you want, sure, yes,
We're definitely
Got
a lot
this.
more jovial.
yes.
So I'm just going to ask you, as we go on, an hour has passed. Has anything changed for you?
I'm gonna look around and see who's watching us work or how are they keeping an eye on us and making us do this.
The hole
Okay,
I was digging
that's
down.
fair enough. And that would be, instead of perception, I feel like you're going to stand at your hole and you're going to look out and you're going to investigate. Let's do an investigation roll.
Okay.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah, it's no problem. And it could be, because the gray and the black almost seem like exactly the same colors of the stone and the mountain and even the hold where you have been kept so far. They blend in so well that it'd be hard to see, but you're a very perceptive person, or investigative. And without much effort, you're able to pick out, right? You're able to pick out about 10 guards, and they're all on the perimeter of that wall, the 3 walls. You're not sure if there's any above you because you're in your tunnel looking out, but you can see the 3 walls have, you know what? It's like 7, 7, and 7. There's about 21 guards out there.
Okay.
And that's a few more than brought you guys out, so it seems like some extras came. Not everybody that's involved in grabbing the prisoners is involved in watching the prisoners.
Okay.
Anybody want to do anything different after this first hour passes?
I want to like ask something. I want to be like, hey, when are we done?
Are you, tell me what you'd like to, are you shouting that out of your tunnel, or are you looking for a recipient
I'm
to
like
say
looking
that
for
to?
a guard and I'm like shouting at them.
Okay. All right. So you go out to the edge of your tunnel and you shout out to the guards and you yell, "When do we get out of here?"
Hey, when are we done?
Yeah. Okay. There's a chance for this. Go ahead and roll a. It'd be dexterity again.
Oh, okay.
I'm so excited.
Rose massive brown cat.
I'm pretty decent with dexterity. That's...
Hope you're not.
Oh,
no.
Not on this one. I got a 7. Total.
Womp.
Womp womp.
3, 4. You take 4 points of damage as you're not entirely sure what these things are called, but a bolt of fire from out of nowhere flings across the entire open courtyard into your tunnel and slams into your chest and knocks you onto your back prone. So you're laying on your back prone, and you have basically a smoldering spot on the top of your shirt, on the front of your shirt.
That's horrifying.
Ouch.
Does that smell good too? Or
Does it smell like food?
It smells like burnt
All right.
flesh and hair.
Oh.
jerky?
So while I'm on my back, I'm like, all right, thanks. And then I get back to
Oh my god.
hammering.
I would love love to take a look around to see if there's any kind of loose objects around that maybe people aren't paying attention to, something that might be able to, be snatched.
You're looking for something to steal?
Yes.
Okay. So right now you're standing in your own, basically a concave section that's slowly becoming a tunnel the more you hit at it. And do you want to leave your little area to look at other people's areas?
Let's say I'm pretending to wander around a little aimlessly. I'm the new guy on the block. I don't know what I'm doing. This is great.
Okay. Well, roll for dexterity. A dexterity check. Saving throw, dexterity saving throw.
How much do you like your chest hair?
Probably don't have any.
He won't.
16.
Oh.
Bruh.
Dodge a lightning bolt.
This would be a good time to tell you because we haven't played long enough, and you just should know that a lot of times DCs are set on the increments, even numbers. There'll be a 20, a 15, a 10, a 5, those kind of things. I prefer to mentally set a DC that's not on one of those numbers unless it's supposed to be, unless it's truly a 25, 50, 75 kind of thing. So I set my own internal difficulties, and
The suspense is killing me.
I feel like you have
You're
to
dead.
explain it just to explain why he's about to hit you in the chest.
Yeah.
This is why
I
you
mostly
take
want
a
to
lot of
explain
damage.
why you don't get hit. Because normally you'd get hit. You don't get hit in this case. The what seems to be a bolt of fire flies by your head. It hits the rocks next to you. And whether the guard was giving you a warning because you are the new guy, or if there was some sort of a misfire, you did not get struck by that. How do you respond to that?
Much like to our friend Monolith. Right. Got it. Got the message. Good enough. I'm good. All right. Back to work. Uh-huh. I just working. I'm going to go back to work.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the guards they're only guards. If you seem you seem to have survived. That worked out well for you. That's the hour, and I'm going to say that you guys go back to work for another hour.
Youthful vigor.
You pick and you hack, and around you you hear the same noises. You hear people that you haven't met, all those other people that came out before you, and they're also hammering away and picking away and picking away. And you don't see them because everybody's in their own little divot, and it seems like that's the way they like it. At the end of that second hour of labor, without even using dice, I can tell you that some of you have blisters on your hands because this is not your normal day.
I already
This
had
is
blisters
not
on my
your
hands.
normal day. And you came in with your own sets of injuries and your own sets of problems, and so maybe this is making them a little bit worse, but you are 2 hours into hard physical labor. What would you like to do at the end, if anything, at the end of your second hour?
Is the head on my pickaxe loose?
It is.
Okay.
It's a little wobbly. Every so often you turn it upside down and you bang it on the ground to tighten it, but as you use it, it begins to loosen. The way the axe head stays on is the axe head itself, if you're holding it upside down at the bottom, the pole bows out and the axe head fits on the wedge. So to take it off, you turn it upside down and hit it. So as you use it, it loosens. Then you have to flip it over to tighten it.
I'm gonna use it and just keep using it and keep loosening it without tightening it again.
Okay, it's not hard. It eventually, if you want, it becomes so loose that you could have it fall right off the pole and be holding a pickaxe handle and a pickaxe head. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna keep going. Just keep going. Just gonna make sure that I can take it apart when I need to take it apart.
Oh, so then you put it back together and keep working?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to do at the end of Painful Hour 2?
Despite hands hurting, the only thing, this may alert guards, who knows, but Valandril's kind of like really playing with the shovel, almost testing it in some ways. But he's still working.
Sure. Well, you become even more adept at handling a shovel as you get a feel for its weight, its heft, kind of the way the head vibrates when it hits certain objects. It bounces off some things and doesn't bounce off others, and you're getting really good with it.
And because there's a lot of just animosity right now from hard labor, under my breath, even if she may not hear me, I'll just be like, "This is what we got Tuesday,
I would like to try, like, secretly as far deep into the tunnel as possible to try and produce flame. It's a cantrip that I have. Can I do that?
You're about 4 feet into your divot, so you're shaded from the sun. People might be seeing your back.
I just want it
So
to be
it's
like
entirely up to you. Yeah, you
I
can
just want to
definitely
like
try
try and see if I can actually produce the magic. So like just like a little flicker of flame on my hand at all, like would. It's just a small cantrip.
that. Yeah.
And does it appear?
Do you execute the cantrip?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, of course you do, because you said you did. You hear a shriek. It's a wailing whoop, whoop.
All right, that
Sorry,
sounds
guys.
about right. That
Sorry.
sounds accurate.
But that's what it did. That's what happened. And with that, you hear footsteps running
I just
toward
pretend
you.
like I've been doing work the whole time.
3 guards run up to you and surround you.
Well, hello there. How's it going?
They put their hands on your tool and brace you against the wall.
Well, this does not seem very nice at all.
4th guard comes walking up, and on his robes, where everybody else has the black trim, he's got a second row of trim, so he's got double black trim. And he walks up to you, and he's walking with a cane that he doesn't seem to use, and you realize it's more of a cowl.
Yep.
And he walks up to you, and he puts it, because you're being pressed against the wall, he puts it under your chin and lifts your head up, and he says, "You get to do that one time, and that's your one time."
Understood.
And then he pulls the cowl back and hits you right in the head. And you take 4 points of damage.
I do not fancy this place.
The guards drop you, turn and walk away.
Right on.
All right.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
I mean,
Can I? Oh, I can't ask that.
I don't know, can you?
I was gonna shout over and be like, "Hey, Tammy, what's going on?" But I think I'd get in trouble again.
Yeah, I feel like your character's talked enough.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I second guess myself.
Let's see.
Like,
So,
Oh. Forgot about how breaks work. 2:30, 3:30.
so
Just about, yeah, almost.
since I don't know what going out into, I guess, like the main corridor-ish place besides where the holes are, like when exiting that, I wasn't sure exactly what it did because I wasn't paying attention to other people getting their everything singed. And so, in order to test it, I take my shovel, one of my shovels, and my hole is exponentially deeper because I use 2 shovels because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
And I take one of the shovels and I throw it out into that area to see if anything happens.
Yeah, I'm picturing what's happening in the guards' reaction to that, and they see a shovel come flying out of your hole, and they don't do anything at all.
Let's go one less shovel.
You want to go and get it?
No. You see what happened to him last time he left his?
did you
He
see
was
me?
asking
Did you see that
questions.
happen? Or?
No.
You
But-
probably smelled it.
All you have to hear is the scream that came following a fireball.
Yeah. I
think
heard
you
a
did
scream under a very weird accent. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
it's that guy.
it's that
Come
guy.
on.
So yeah, I really don't want to get the shovel. I think it looks nicer out there, and I'm just gonna go back to making making all kinds of gains. You know, I mean, just shoveling some more.
Yeah,
Gain.
it's like a good workout.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. You know, it's about like gains 30. You know, it's gonna shovel some more.
Yeah.
Going to Gainesville.
You know, gains. Yes, Sir gains a lot. Yeah.
Sir gains a lot of Gainesville.
Well, then we get back into another hour of digging, and I've got to just kind of stress to you, the monotony is mind-numbing, and this is for people that were stuck at sea and stuck in a forest and just really not sure what was coming next. This is painful and boring, and while there's the hope of food and water, aside from the lizard you cooked yourself, you're just not seeing it.
Okay. I got another plan.
At the end of that hour, so we've just finished our third hour, and what's up?
So, am I aware of the proximity of the I guess divots of the people that I at least vaguely know?
Yeah, because you guys all were at the end, and so you went to holes that were pretty close together. Now, I don't want you to imagine 40 tunnels and 40 people. This has been dug on for years, and hundreds of different prisoners have come and gone and made their mark and dug away. So there might be 70 or 100 different divots, and you're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lined up, but you're all within. There's no strangers between you guys necessarily, which is why I'm really sure that you heard that strange accent and you realized that somebody
Yeah.
had some.
I heard like a weird accent, a yell, and a
That was it.
yeah,
Sizzle.
yeah, it smelled hair. So, let's see. Well, if I know like the general proximity of it, I try to at least dig in a now perpendicular way to see if I can dig a path across to the other divot. And see how close I can get while speaking lowly, and see if one of these guys can hear what I'm saying.
You're trying to dig over to one of the adjacent tunnels, and I am describing them as tunnels, but I've also said divots. Yours is deeper. You're double shovels, and you're quite the digger.
Yeah.
As strong, AF.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the people on either side of you are that deep, but if you want to try to cut over and see if you run into one of them, you can choose how far deep into your tunnel you want to start tunneling sideways.
Let's see. Given the trajectory of the moon and the sun,
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I propose that you roll for this.
Mars is in retrograde.
Mercury is having a
Just have
meltdown.
lunar eclipse.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
There you go. So, what was it? A super
Pluto
blood
matters.
wolf moon or something?
Right.
Super
Yeah.
blood wolf moon.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Sounds
The werewolves were out that night.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, we just called it the moon.
That's a child.
During the Dark Ages.
So this is such a challenging thing. This is not a 5% possibility. It's a rather odd request to try to break through rock and whisper through the rock as you're going. But you've got a whole hour in here by yourself of digging. So
Yeah.
I do like the thought of rolling for whether or not you burrow effectively through the mountain to get to your friends. Can you tell me if you're going... First, let me draw a thing so I'm not... I want to have it...
Was he
Okay, are you going right or left?
Ooh,
Weast.
that's not right or left.
There it is. If you look at my compass.
Left?
I got it. Weast. I see which one.
Weast.
Okay,
Left.
so...
Don't you see it? Weast. Thank you.
I got you.
Now, your tunnel is 9 feet deep. You don't know how deep the tunnel next to you is. At what point going left, how deep into your tunnel going left do you want to start digging?
Okay, so I'm assuming that I vaguely know, like, a rough estimate about how far apart these are.
Kind of.
From eyeballing at, like, surface level.
Yeah. You see from the outside. Like, looking in, you see what the edge between tunnel and tunnel look like. Once you get further back, it's hard to tell exactly what the distance is. And even if they connect up and down just a little bit. A little bit of variance is going to make it even more challenging.
Okay, so feel like the tunnel would be relatively wide enough to where I at least catch a good part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of estimate going left how far I thought the tunnels were away from each other. Dig to that extent, then backwards, because then I'll at least hit the end part of another tunnel.
So you're walking into the tunnel. You're burrowing left. And how far down your 9-foot tunnel do you go before you start to burrow left?
I go completely to the end of it.
To the end of your 9-foot tunnel, and you start to burrow.
Yes, left.
And then you say you're now cutting back towards the front.
Yes.
I understand what you're doing. You're making a J and hoping to catch them while they make an I. Okay. Boy, you're gonna have to move some rock.
S for safety. S for
This is definitely strength.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely strength, which is your strength. And I know the difficulty class. Let's see what you get. Or did you?
What?
Did you roll already?
No.
Roll.
Let's do it.
Here comes.
Yeah, I am.
Comes.
Hey.
22.
Oh, nice.
This is where I regret to inform you. You all die in a massive cave-in.
No, you were very successful. I literally said 21 in my head. I can't believe you pulled a 22 out of that. You asked to do something that's really just about impossible. I mean, those are some serious gains on the rock. But you manage in your hour to just beat a hole through the rock. You manage to get left just far enough, and then back towards the outside. Just for the randomization of it, could you guys all roll a d6? And then I'm looking for whoever has the highest number.
I got a 5.
5.
4.
1.
Could you fives roll?
4.
1.
You bust through, maybe not even meaning to, with your strength. You just open a hole right up in front of you. What you thought was going to be more rock wall ends up getting about a face-sized hole into the tunnel, where you see Janet Tammy swinging her pickaxe right into the rock next to you, not into your head or anything crazy like that.
Hold on.
But she is now probably just as surprised as you to see you looking through the rock at her. And
Spanky.
go.
Where did you even come from? Well, I guess I kind of figured you came from over there.
Sort of like that. Yeah. My tunnel was a lot deeper, so I decided to kind of double back and see if I could find anyone else.
Why?
Because do you want to stay here all day?
I mean, I figure eventually they'll come and get us.
And then we'll come back tomorrow. And
No,
then the next day.
I
and then the
figure-
next day.
I have a feeling that after today we will be going on a journey. I don't think that they're going to keep us here on that.
Nah, I feel like it's a bit of a suicide mission.
I think anything that we do is either going to end with us dead, here, or not here. And honestly, not here is the best option out of all of those. So, that's all I got.
The wrong way.
Right in the middle of your conversation, you hear a series of high chiming bells,
Please do not get me in trouble again.
and you
Stop screaming.
hear voices.
She's high-pitched shrieking from like 3 tunnels over. I lean out of my tunnel. I'm like, what?
No, it's actually from her. It's from her tunnel because he's screaming into hers.
Yeah.
So I stick my face and I start screaming as loud as I can. Then I run back to mine.
Why would you? Oh my lord.
You're
Trying
gonna
your best.
hit again.
The screaming that all of you hear seems to be coming from not the guards but the prisoners, and it seems to be shouts of excitement. And as some of you go to the edges of your tunnel and look out,
Rebellion.
you see that everybody has rushed out of their tunnels and they're all rushing towards the center of the field, where it looks like the guards have dragged out a cart. And everybody's running up to the cart, and when they get to the cart, you're still like 40 feet away, and you see people grabbing each other and throwing them out of the way and grabbing stuff off the cart. And it takes a minute, but you realize they're eating and drinking. It looks like they brought water and food of some sort, or drink and food of some sort, on the cart.
I sprint.
Sprinting. You arrive at the cart, and it is surrounded by, looks like maybe 50 or 60 prisoners. You're shocked at how many there are, actually.
Yeah.
And when you get a little bit of eyesight into the wagon, you see what I'll tell you about when we get back from break. We're going on break, everybody.
Yeah.
A little biology break. We'll be back after about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It depends on how long it takes for me to eat 5 tacos. And
Lightning speed.
yeah, so in about 10 minutes, guys, we'll be back, and when we get back, we'll find out what exactly is being devoured off of the cart. So until then, we'll see you then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We had a really good break. I'm not going to tell you what we did because it's private. That's why we put that little screen up. When we return, our adventurers are going to continue with their exciting Dig a Hole quest. Leading up to this moment, our adventurers have found themselves in a dark, stinky prison. They've interacted with some of the other prisoners that were there. They got an offer from the prison warden named Sebastian Bolt to go on a quest. And because they didn't jump at the offer, they seem to be digging so they can help make up their mind about what they would like to do next. So with that, we can continue the action.
Shuffling.
Welcome back, everybody. I believe, Monolith, you had approached the wagon and you were on the outside of the throngs that were trying to fight to the wagon to get some of the resources.
Yes. I was going to ask if it was possible for me to stealth through the crowd, but I don't, like, in a way so that I don't get shoved around, or I don't think that's possible, is
How
it?
are you gonna stealth through a knot of 60 people
I have that.
who have all got this monopoly on the food?
I have the trait, the.
That does not work if they already know you're there. Huh?
Well, I'm behind them right now. I'm behind them. They don't know me. I don't think it would work, but if I can't, I'll just shove my way through.
You have encountered a wall of humans. You've encountered a wall of the free peoples of this world. There are the many beings of this world are surrounding the wagon and trying to get the resources from it. It's not something that you'd be able to sneak through because it's almost like a giant group hug, just not as friendly.
Right.
Oof.
What are you guys doing while Monolith is taking a look?
I walk beside Spanky and I'm like, you see that giant group hug over there?
Yeah.
I dare you to just go join it at full speed.
I mean, I am still naked, so I will definitely. I have been given no clothes to replace my own, and if I was offered, I refused. So I decided to hold my shovel in my offhand and make a funny running motion, which is still running, over towards the pile, and proceed to Spanky surf. Not exactly crowd surf, but Spanky surf.
Okay.
Are you holding the shovel?
Yes.
Suddenly we have to go to a mature rating.
I would just like everybody to make sure they're fully picturing what's happening.
Yes.
We have Spanky the Barbarian Goliath, who's doing a special run across the field wielding a shovel, and the guards do not begin to raise an eyebrow.
Okay.
And the people surrounding the cart do not begin to see you coming. And so I'm imagining that you get to the edge of the people and you launch yourself out as if to get grabbed and carried like crowd surfing, but you said this is Spanky surfing, which
Absolutely.
probably results in you landing on the people. Is that what you're shooting for?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
easy
right,
enough.
yes.
We'll do acrobatics for that one. Just I would really like to see to what extent you launched yourself.
Please.
He is technically launching himself
I mean,
off the ground.
I'm not flipping or anything.
No, he's just throwing himself in there.
It does take a
do a
lot
flip.
of energy to plank, though.
I will say,
I can't do
and
it.
I just not that just for the conversation's sake, you did give your maneuver a name. You called it Spanky surfing. That sounds a lot
That's
like
fair.
like
See?
your.
And I refuse to give up that name to go back to athletics, so I will roll.
That's fair.
Oh dear.
Oh, we'll be alone.
Oh my god.
You cursed him!
Yes!
You prick!
Yes! It was a 1.
That's not even a 7 over
It's,
there.
no, it's a 1.
Oh.
That is a nat 1.
Hands on his shovel.
Is that our first? Is that the first natural one?
Oh,
We had
no.
another
No.
one.
No.
You guys
for
have been
the
having a
whole
rough
thing?
day.
'Cause,
We're
like,
not that good.
It's funny to think that rolling dice has a skill to it, but
So you got a 2, but it is a 1.
Could you just like leave my bits alone?
I promise.
Everything else is fair game, but
I promise.
I'm a little vulnerable.
You are completely vulnerable after stripping off all of that rubber clothing, the rubber gauntlets that you wore, the rubber gloves, and you had just Spanky out there, free to the wind, and you leap. You do leap, and there is some acrobatics behind your leap. You know what? I'm not even going to say it's your fault because it's not.
It's really not.
Somebody had a skin of water, and they seem to have dropped it just on the outside of the people, and they were fighting their way to get another skin of water.
Oh, dear.
And you stepped on it, and it behaved almost exactly like a banana peel. The intended launch forward ended up being one of the kick up, and the Fred Flintstone, we call it, from one of the adventurers that lived in this world long, long ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, cousin of ye old Charlie Brown. Right?
That's you kick your feet up, and you land. It's supine on the back, supine on the back. You land supine, and your bits are unaffected. Congratulations.
Okay.
No damage, just you on the outside of a giant, what isn't a group hug, but could seem like it.
And he's on his back?
Yes.
He's just presenting.
With a shovel.
Yes.
And a shovel.
With a shovel.
With a shovel on my back.
It's the Spanky
Spread
flop.
eagle. I performed the alternate. Yes, correct. Spanky flop.
That's what it's called.
You've
Can you just have, like, a
activated
power
his trap.
That was actually my intention this entire time.
Can all your unarmed strikes just be called the Spanky Flop?
They will have Spanky put in front of all of them.
Yes.
Everything.
Since I know nothing correct, I name all of my moves after things that I think are cool, like myself.
Yes.
That's funny.
Well, we have two of the party that's close to the group. The other three are standing back a little, and they're the three that notice at the edge where you can tell the doorway is that you came into this yard from. You see the door open, and it's not something you'd notice, but when Sebastian steps out, everybody notices him. And it's not even, he says nothing. There's no visible aura, but the chaos around the cart goes to calm. And the grabbing and the fighting for food goes to slack. And eyes look across. And Sebastian steps out of the dark walkway and walks across the bright field. And he walks right up to Spanky. And he looks down at him.
I wave.
And he says, "Come with me." And then he walks over to Monolith and he says, "Bring your friends." And he turns around and he walks back towards the opening without looking over his shoulder. He reaches the doorway. What's going on?
I wiggle the handle loose from my pickaxe in all the commotion, separate the head from it, hide the pickaxe head under my cloak, and follow.
I would like to potentially do two actions.
Yeah, we're not in combat. You can rock and roll.
I would first off like to see if there's anything on the the now docile horde of other prisoners, to see if there's anything of interest or value. Almost anything I can possibly just nab real fast on top of my shovel.
So I've got you at about 20 feet away from the group. You're going to walk over to the group and you're going to attempt to see if you can find anything on the people?
Yes.
Okay. I enjoy a good pickpocketing. Let's
Let's
take a
say
look.
you're gonna have to roll for that.
Let's take a
You're
look
gonna
and
have to
see
do
how
a
that
body
works.
cavity search for that.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it.
Look,
The prison
Spanky
pocket?
did his slap. Now the world does a search.
Oh my god.
You do the Spanky search.
Oh my gosh!
No! No!
Can I pickpocket a glove first?
A glove.
If you're lucky,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
I'm
what you'll
going in,
find
dude.
first.
Spanky search doesn't use a glove.
Oh my god!
There are no gods here, Janet.
At least I'll throw a drink first. Come on, man.
If I can find it.
It's funny.
Valrendil. Yeah. That sounds just like a regular plain old pickpocketing scenario. I would say that you could, in the short time that you have while you're trying to remain stealthy, I would say that you have time to check 6 people, which is quite a lot, actually. But I'm just going to have you roll a single roll for all of them. So let's go ahead and do that.
That can be good and bad.
It's dexterity, but at the
For sleight of hand.
yeah, the sub there it is. Yep, Dex plus.
Well,
Oh,
it's
no.
gonna be a 6.
Oh
Oh,
no!
man.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so
Should have
good.
done
Yeah.
this. Should have done this.
Well, you have never run across such a poor, possessionless group of people before. You can't even locate pockets. They're all wearing, and forgive me for not describing, you guys are not wearing the same clothes as the other prisoners. They've all been here for a while, and the prisoners are all wearing robes that are a bright red. They're visible from a distance, and so the prisoners are all wearing these bright red. In these bright red robes, you are finding no pockets and no stuff. So
We're a
you
bunch of lazy prisoners.
Yeah.
Not having any items on them.
seems that there's
No
nothing there.
ships.
Was there a second?
No, that was it.
Oh,
Want
you were trying to get
search
your
first,
shovel.
and then if I found something, I was gonna steal it.
What about the shovel?
I don't think I can hide a shovel, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can always try anything you want, but it was going to be really impressive if you hit a shovel. And I don't want to discourage you.
I mean,
So I should say, what are you doing?
I say go for it. And
At this point,
Don't
I would
roll a
like to
stealth.
see if after the 3 or so hours of labor, I'm able to, similar to my current role model, break off the head of the shovel.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's cool. So shovels are different. They attach to the head differently. You're trying to snap the wood at the end because there's a bolt that goes through the head of a shovel and holds it on. It's not a gravity thing. So this will just be strength.
And it just Spanky lays on the ground. Doesn't do it for you.
Listen, Spanky and Valandril really aren't on the best of terms yet. You're still a stranger.
So I'm fond of. Oh!
Whoa!
This is such a waste of a nat 20.
Look, it makes up for it though. It makes up for that one you rolled earlier.
So 23 technically.
So that logic, I should get a couple of those, huh?
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Now the
yeah.
question is, can I hide it?
Valenjo grasps the head of the shovel and the handle of the shovel, and he begins to bend. And he really must have come across either a crappy shovel or dug down deep and found strength inside he wasn't aware he had. Because
He's still fuming over Jen and Tammy just not getting the message earlier.
I mean, to be fair.
and now you hold the head of a shovel and the handle of a shovel.
And I would like to put it in the back to make it seem like I just have a flat rump, when in all essence it's actually the head of the shovel.
So are you implying that you don't?
So
Well,
you
no.
just stuck a shovel in the loincloth that you're wearing.
Yes.
And that's
Oh.
you're wearing a shovel and a loincloth.
Oh
yeah,
no.
to look like my butt.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. They say
Then
something's
now we're
funny.
gonna roll stealth, and then we're gonna move on to see.
Rolling stuff. Please be nat 20.
I swear if it's a 1. It's a 1. Shovel gets stuck.
It
in
is
coals. I mean,
It'll be an 8.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was looking for 17 or higher.
Yeah.
Hey, can't win them all.
No.
accidentally sit down.
But like
oh
with
no, wait, look, it's actually a
Wrong
20.
angle.
Oh, right, yeah. We all just saw that. Yeah.
Not at all.
Magic die. Ooh.
like with all stealth rolls, as far as you can tell, that shovel is very well hidden. Congratulations.
Wow.
Like with all stealth rolls, you don't know. I mean, you roll, and then I wasn't supposed to say I was looking for a 17.
Yeah.
All I'm supposed to say is, okay, because now he's got a shovel in his pants.
Everybody knows he has a shovel in his pants.
But he believes to the best of his ability he's being stealthy.
Yes.
And I believe that's how the stealth is going to
I
work.
love
The
that.
unfortunate move is everything's now the penguin walk.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to
Aw.
keep it
You're
in there.
gonna
You
get
gotta
some
like.
really strange chafing with that metal shovel in there.
It's possible that might give something away, but
I might
we
have to
have,
get shaved.
and just for fun, I do need. I just want to make sure it's the right one.
Get up. It's dirt in places.
Yeah, we're doing stealth. Go ahead and stealth for your handle. I mean
Pickaxe?
your pickaxe head.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Are you two gonna put it in a loincloth?
No.
She's got a
It's
cloak.
under my cloak. I'm wearing clothes. About a 17.
Okay.
As odd as that is,
You
right
really
now-
seem like you feel like that's pretty stealthy.
I'm just gonna go
You
up to the
know,
door.
I don't
And
like
what
to
I've
say
got,
that.
Verbiage.
I've got 3
Yeah.
people. Yeah, mostly it's me just not wanting to let you feel comfortable.
I feel very uncomfortable. Mission accomplished.
The three of you, you were supine. You were watching from a distance. No, you were there. You were watching from a distance. You guys have both approached. So what are you guys doing? Are you
I see like everybody walking towards the door, and I follow. Like
I
obviously.
beckon towards you, like,
beckoning?
come hither.
Well, I get up.
Is that how you say that?
No.
I hope not. I don't break or hide said shovel because I don't have anywhere to hide it, given this is a PG-13 stream.
Yes. Barely.
It's a shovel, my friend.
Spanky's a bad mate. Spanky had to pay for college.
What have I
You see
unleashed?
how well that worked out for you?
I feel like this is my fault somehow.
Okay, okay. So I get up. I don't hide it. I head towards the door and take the shovel with me because
That's what I was saying.
it wasn't said to not bring a shovel.
Yeah. I'm sure you might.
And I don't care if I got a sneaky shovel or a not sneaky shovel. I can still hit someone with it.
Yeah, and we're not even gonna roll stealth because you're not trying to hide it. You're just carrying that shovel.
No. I'm actually proudly
Yeah.
holding said shovel.
Presenting.
Presenting said shovel.
Yes.
Have a shovel.
All right.
No!
This is my shovel.
Spanky heads towards the doorway with shovel. Just for the sake of wondering, what are you doing with your tool?
I put it down because I don't care.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it down and walk towards the door.
I still have my hammer.
You've spent
I'm
You spent a
just
lot of time on the
having
farm.
some-
I assume you're putting it back where it goes, or are you just throwing it on the ground? Or
I do not respect these people. I'm putting it on the floor.
wow.
Wow.
So that's a real farm diss up in here.
Some obliger rebellion over there.
Oh wow. Get me right now.
And
Hey, yes,
Ronald,
it
are you
is.
holding your hammer like over your shoulder or
I just got it
in
on
your
my side.
arm?
Just got it at my side.
So you're not trying to do
Dang.
anything necessarily secretive with it.
It's just hanging.
You're just-
off, man.
All right. So all 5 of you make it to the doors, and when you step in, the first thing you notice is the darkness. You're suddenly completely engulfed in blackness again because you've been out in the bright, bright sun, and now you're in the dim, dim light. And the next thing you notice is, oh my gosh, it feels so cool. It's so much nicer in here than it was out there. You can't imagine what another 9 hours of labor would be like, because that's how many hours you would spend on top of the 3 you already spent before your 12-hour day was over.
Gross.
Right? But Sebastian leads you down now some mildly... What'd you say?
No,
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I ever miss anything, wave at me. And if you ever say something I'm not supposed to hear, just nod at me when I ask you.
will do.
Sebastian takes you down the hallway, and these are familiar hallways for you. You even recognize the turn where the stairs take you up and into the room. And he has a seat behind his desk, and he gestures for you to have a seat. What do you do?
Take a seat.
I ask if he needs a hold dug before I take said seat. Because I do have a shovel.
Yes. He says, none right now, but I'll certainly give you a chance to dig more if you prefer. That's what we're here to talk about.
Sounds like a threat.
Understand.
I sit down and kick my feet up on the chair in front of me.
So taking up one of our chairs.
I'm not gonna sit.
That sucks.
I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I am still expertly hiding my shovel.
So, sir, what might you be?
You can like,
Playing.
you can like his long. You can see like the edges of the shovel protruding from the back half of his
Yeah.
either edge. He's like, "Hello, everybody."
Is that a shovel in your
Sits
hands?
down
Are you a
wrong.
cop?
He like sits down wrong and makes a very undignified noise.
Did you enjoy your morning relaxation?
No.
It's told to be a spa. My two-bep said spa. Other than that, I'm kind of okay.
You were in the spa. That was the spa.
Oh. This is a bad Yelp review I'm giving.
1-star Yelp review.
Giving a nat
Well, I just
1-star
made
Yelp review.
It's important to me, my new friends. It's important to me that I feel that you want to help me.
Yeah, I do.
It makes me uncomfortable to send people out to run errands for me when I feel like they're doing it just to get their freedom. I'm looking for people that want to help. Because what you're doing, what you're finding and bringing back to me, it's going to help a lot of people.
Are we allowed to get any backstory on that?
Well, I haven't gotten an answer from everybody, and I haven't figured out how they feel about all of this yet.
Why did he look at me?
So guys, unless you want to go back to digging holes, I suggest we just say yes to the man.
Jeez. Forceful enslavement of digging holes or forceful enslavement of finding an object?
I prefer the finding an object.
You might get the chance to punch some more people.
I'm gonna dig another hole. You know what? Can I bring the shovel?
Wait.
You bring the shovel.
Is he like reaching for an acme?
Were you
The
asking a
bell
question?
to like bring us out.
Yes.
What's the question?
I would like to go on said journey if I'm allowed to bring this shovel for research purposes.
I was going to let you trade that shovel in for a weapon, but if you'd like to keep the shovel, you certainly may.
Yes.
The shovel is yours if you and your friends choose to go on this quest.
I'm going.
I thought we chose this before the labor.
We did. The
There
answer's
was-
still yes.
There was some
Not sure.
ambiguity.
Mine's more of a shaky yes right now. I'm a little lift after.
Be a pretty solid yes. He doesn't like shaky yeses.
I
He's
reach
reaching.
over-
He's
It's
very solid yes.
confident
I reach
yes.
over. I reach over and like tweak the handle of the shovel that's sticking out of his loincloth.
Oh dear.
Oh yes.
Well, since
It's my
you see,
Valadril be good handle.
Sure.
It really is though. You shouldn't have put it in your loincloth.
I was worried about you. You didn't seem like you were interested in going, but now I can see you're jumping to go. That's good. That's good. I'm feeling a lot more confident. I'm feeling a lot more confident with you.
So happy.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. I'm able to pick up on your level of happiness.
I'm so
So-
glad you're happy.
Ecstatic.
It's a good team. It's a good team. Well, there's some information that I need to give you clearly, and before we do any of that, I'm going to lead you down to a room I think you're gonna like. And he stands up from his desk and he walks out of the room, and you guys follow him down through a series of halls. You go down some stairs that you hadn't gone down before, and you can't tell if you're on the bottom floor because you went down extra stairs or if you're underground. But you get to this room that would be completely dark, but it's lined with 8 torches, 2 on each of the 4 walls, and they're illuminating in the center racks and racks of weapons and other adventuring gear that you might need. He encourages you each to go and choose a single weapon and a piece of armor if you choose. Every piece of armor, and you can pick one, is going to give you a +1 to your AC. And any weapon that you pick is going to be a +1 weapon. You have to give this stuff back when you return, but he explains to you that you're going to be paid for your volunteer work. He's going to pay you, if you're successful, an amount that exceeds what it would cost to buy these things again for yourself. So he's going to either sell you what he's loaning you or give you the money to go buy your own once you're successful, assuming you're successful.
Do you have better shovels?
That's the finest +1 shovel that we have.
Okay. I can accept that.
Looking for like a gilded
None of these
handle
are
over
gonna
it or
teleport us,
something.
right?
You see him wave his fingers like that at you, and you don't know why.
I would hope that my shovel is now enchanted.
You probably would be correct.
Yes. Does the same damage as like a great spear or something?
Would you all mind telling me just what your character would pick out of a pile of assorted weapons? This is. What's that?
Boots.
Let's just do the first. We're gonna do weapons, then we're gonna do an armor piece, and then you can just go into the basically the Goodwill where they take all the clothes that they get and you can pick out basically whatever you need. But we'll do 5 weapons and then 5 armor pieces, and I'm gonna let you add that to your inventory. You have your shovel. What would be a weapon of choice since you don't have lizard gauntlets?
Damn, I don't have lizard gauntlets anymore.
It was delicious though.
I'll take a nice longsword.
All right, here you go.
I'll take a nice long bow.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll take a dagger.
With a dagger, you get a pair.
Yeah,
And my axe.
I like that.
But the first dagger does +1, the second does regular damage.
Okay.
A sickle.
A sickle for some harvesting.
Okay.
You've got a sickle.
Cool.
It's not even rusty. It looks like it has recently been taken out of hay and wrapped in some kind of oilcloth. Most of these weapons look like if they haven't been used, meaning they're brand new, they've been at least used and well cared for. So they're very nice pieces. If you had a piece of armor that your character would want to put on them, it doesn't matter where it is. If it's a shield you hold, bracers, anything that's going to protect part of your body is going to allow you to have this +1 of protection. So what would your character grab out of a pile of miscellaneous almost anything?
Totally scale mail, that's all?
Nope. This will be
Just any random object.
okay. So
Bucket lid.
Now you're thinking.
Wow.
Speculative.
Legit bucket head over here.
if you grab a suit like a full, it's going to be studded leather.
I'll take it.
Is there a coat of plates?
No. The best armor that you'd have available to you is a studded leather.
Okay.
A lot of
take a
that other
studded
stuff
leather coat.
that's just a thicker, stronger armor that would offer more protection. They don't have it's not weak enough to be in this pile. It's not weak enough to be in this pile.
Okay. I'll take a nice leather studded coat.
Okay.
I'm gonna just get normal leather armor.
Leather armor.
I'm also getting leather armor.
Is that everybody? Did you grab a shield? A
No, I grabbed
round
studded
shield
leather.
garbage can? Oh, you did. Yep.
If I get boots, can I get gloves too?
Your boots and gloves, since that's all you're wearing, will offer you a +1 to your AC. You've got your natural AC, and now your hands and feet are well protected.
Nice.
I make sure he has a quiver with a bunch of arrows in it
Good call.
because I'm not going to let him beat someone to death with a longbow.
I don't
You
He's
beat
not-
someone to
Do
death
you-
with a Komodo dragon.
Do you see his twig arms? He could not beat someone to death with a longbow.
I mean-
Me, on the other hand.
And we broke it.
I am in character.
That was fantastic.
So we have a little bit of armor and a little bit of a weapon. And Sebastian takes you out of the room, walks you down a little bit of hallway to a final door that you walk through. And on the inside, it's got the same 8 torches in the same sized room. But in the middle, a pile of clothes like you just can't even believe. Pretty much every clothing item, breeches, blouses, jackets, it's there. Apparently when they grab people and put them in prison, they take their clothes and they just throw them in here. So if they ever need them, they're laying there, and that's where they are. If you guys need to clothe yourselves,
I have studded leather armor now. I'm looking pretty fancy.
You're gonna be-
While it's on my mind though,
you're
how
gonna be
many
chafy.
arrows in that quiver?
14.
14. Got it.
Yep, I was about to tell you and stopped.
Ooh, I'm ahead of the game.
There you go.
There's going to be a dozen, but you got 2 extras.
Oh.
It was fate, it wasn't me.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I rolled and made it happen, so I should get some of the credit.
Yeah.
Never.
But is there just as far, and please understand this is more for my benefit and yours. I'm trying to picture you guys as you would be clothed on your adventure. How do you come out of this room? What are we looking at when your character emerges from the room?
Gucci. I look good.
Yeah?
Is there...
Fine clothes.
Okay.
What are the colors?
Good question. I got a darker skin tone, so...
Oh my god, like, let's do your colors.
Yes, let me think on that.
Okay, yeah. Don't make any rash decisions about the Goodwill clothes that you get.
Yes.
I'm looking for sturdy, probably they're grays or dark greens or blacks. That's, sturdy, a pair of sturdy pants and some extra socks and a change of shirt, preferably sleeveless or short sleeved.
You could find all that. What color is the shirt that you wear out the door?
Probably a dark gray, like an
Okay.
ash gray.
Okay. Spanky, I'm positive that you're refusing the clothes.
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
Could I?
Here it comes.
Got boots and gloves.
Mhm.
Would I be able to put those away and grab a shield instead?
Yes.
Gloves?
Yes.
If you'd like to go back in the armory, you can
Yes.
switch out.
I will grab a shield instead.
Gloves
wear my
is too
boots
much clothing.
and gloves. And for clothing, I will get a regular pair of fashionable boots and gloves.
Very nice. I like what you did there.
I have a reason for that.
I don't want to know.
I mean, yeah, most streakers have a reason.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah.
It's all part of Spanky's plan.
It's all part of the plan.
I'm very
Because
lost.
then,
Oh no, I'm scared. I am too. So, I think I know what I got.
What do you got?
I am fashionable.
Yes.
I have some fashionable black boots, real nice. I got some dark gray pants, and then a matching dark gray shirt
Mm-hmm.
with like a red undershirt or something.
Not visible unless you expose it.
It's exposed.
Or,
it's
a little bit
it's
of,
clearly
oh,
exposed.
man, a little accent color.
And then I got like my armor on underneath.
It'll be a little bit of a silly question, but what would it take to cover up the red shirt? Is there a button? Is there a tie or something involved?
It's got buttons, and I have most of them unbuttoned.
Yes, God.
Very good, very good. Jana Tammy?
Janet Tammy's basically wearing like black cargo pants that are tied up with like normal rope.
Yep.
Long. Lots of pockets.
Overalls.
And she has like a tucked in gray sleeveless shirt and her armor.
What about overalls?
She was gonna wear overalls, but she likes her overalls. So
She doesn't want
they're
someone
very
else's?
specific. She's very, very tall.
Oh, that's true.
All right, I can picture that. What'd you do?
Well,
She'll figure it out.
I've been sitting here listening.
Yeah.
So, Valandril would have easily picked up a nice pair of, well, as nice as you can get in thrift, a pair of tan brown boots
Mm-hmm.
with nice airy type of pants, obviously held by a sash with a tucked in, somewhat clearly previously worn shirt. With sleeves cut off and then the armor over it.
All right.
Definitely looks like he just came out of thrift shop.
Sebastian snaps his fingers. He's in the hallway. You guys are getting dressed. And a small little woman wearing glasses, halfling, very short. At first it seemed like a gnome, but it was just a very short halfling.
Can I be an awful person and speak Gnomish at the start? Like, oh, hey, friend.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh,
This is
he
happening.
speaks Gnomish.
the halfling looks at you and says, "Hello" in gnomish.
Oh.
You
Thanks.
got lucky.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a nice day, but how could you be? And then she walks up
Make it
to
when I came.
she walks up to Sebastian and looks up at him because he's a tall, impressive figure, and she's a short, diminutive figure, and she looks up at him, and he points at you guys and says, inventory. And she looks at you and puts her glasses on a little bit better, and then she pulls out some writing utensils and starts making some notes and looking at you. And she appears to be also adding some things up. It's not just the note taking; it's also. And when she's all done, she closes what she's got, puts away the writing utensil, sticks them in her cloaks, and nods at her clearly boss, and then walks out of your view. It seems that she was taking an inventory of what you'd picked up so that when you got back, you could return it. Sebastian starts to walk away. His assumption is that you're following behind him.
Doing so.
I kind of herd everybody ahead of me and take up rear guard again.
You think she's gonna make me return all 14 arrows?
I hope not, because you're not gonna have that many when you come back.
Spanking
If
these
we come
boots
back.
No, I don't talk that way. You got me with you.
Spank you.
If we come back.
I reach over and smack him.
We have him with us.
You reach the end of
There's a
a
point.
you reach the end of a very long hallway, and in front of it is another large door. It looks like the exterior door that you'd seen that went into the courtyard that you'd went into, the work yard. Sebastian stops at this door and turns around to face you. We've got Quinn at the back of the group pushing the stragglers up so that the whole group is now standing in front of Sebastian. And he looks at you and he says, "This is where your quest begins. You are going to bring back for me an obsidian orb. I've sent 24 people after this orb, and not a single one has returned. I don't expect you to return, but if you live beyond the 3 days, I'll be the one that kills you. I'll be the one that kills you slowly." And he waves his hands, and all of you feel a pain on your upper arm. And you look down, and there's a cut. Even through your armor, even through your new clothes, there's a cut. And blood starts to rise up out of the air. And he opens up his cloak, and in his cloak he's got glass vials, and the blood sails through the air and lands in 5 different vials. And he closes his cloak, and he says, "So I'll see you in 3 days, or I'll see you in hell."
Oh, blood magic. Crap, we are boned.
He opens the door,
Yeah.
and standing outside of the door are 3 guards that you'd seen inside. You'd recognize their faces enough to notice these are guards, but other than that, you wouldn't have recognized because their clothing's completely different. They're dressed as adventurers, much like you are, and standing with them are Elam and Shay. Both Elam and Shay dressed exactly like they were from the cell. And the 4 of them face the 5 of you coming out. And they say, Elam looks at you and says, "I guess we're going on a trip." And that's where we stop for the day. We'll pick up there. We'll pick up there next week on the search for the obsidian orb.
We'll bring
Yes.
Forrest Gump with us.
I love Elam. I want him on our team.
Yo.
Forever. And
Good
ever.
game.
Bless Elam.
Good
So
game.
glad he
Yeah,
gives me
that's
time to
really
think what to say.
exciting.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh!
It's great.
Man, I would
Thanks
just...
to the 3 of us in the room watching. Thank you for watching.
yeah.
And for the millions of people that will be watching in the future, obviously.
Yes.
What's that, boss?
Something like that.
What did we forget?
No.
What do we want to add? Anything?
No, we're good.
All right. Well, everybody, that was our very first episode, as you well know, and we enjoyed having you here with us. And we'll be back next week here at twitch.tv/wearemcbs, where we're going to have episode 2 of the Campfire Quests.
Woo!
We'll see you next week.